And we're back. I'm back. You're back. We're all back. We're all still here. Definitely nobody panicked in the meantime, and it's going to be great. I'm very afraid of the word great now because people bullied me because web caption are messed up. I am back for you today with our second game of today's Roll for Good TTRPG marathon, you might even call it, Glitter Hearts. You will get to see the wonderful faces, wonderfully decorated faces in most cases, of our players and GM in just a second. But first, we hit 69, but with 3 zeros behind it, so 690 pounds on the donation train, which is amazing. That means that we are 60 pounds away from our next donation goal, which I assume we'll be hitting during the Glitter Hearts game then, where we will be giving away some Have Inspiration coffee. They can win a big old bag of coffee, or you could win a crochet dice bag made by Skywise, which it's amazing. Handmade dice bags are the bleep. So you should definitely, I bleep because if you just saw that video, you might know that there were 3 swears in it. 2 of them are my fault within 30 seconds of each other. I apologize. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking straight. But here we are. It's gonna be great. Yeah, the self bleep. It's now installed. I needed to download the module. Welcome back. Welcome for the first time if you just joined us during the break. And if you're feeling like there aren't enough people here, then go drag your friends and family over. Grab them onto the couch or send them a link, send them a message, bring them along, because we're going to have a lot of fun with this next game. It is a PG game, so anyone who is, according to their guardians, allowed to watch PG content will be allowed to watch this game and can definitely join us. You could make a family thing out of it, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, we are raising money today for Mind UK, a wonderful mental health charity in the UK. We've already raised, like I said, 690 pounds for this charity, which I'm sure they will be insanely pleased about. Mind UK helps eliminate mental health stigma by sharing information and opening up the conversation, but also sends a lot of people who need it some mental health support. So it's important. It's just so very important. As you can see, we have this new wonderful color scheme made by our graphics team. Once again, a shout out to all the people who worked so hard behind the scenes that you just saw talking in the behind the scenes video. They did an amazing job. And that's just for that. You should donate or share. If you can't donate, please, I beg of you, do not feel bad about it, because you are not expected to. If you do, that's amazing. If you don't, also amazing, because you're here, you're hanging out, you're being supportive. That's really all that you need to do. And even that, if you need to tune out for a second, completely fine. Come back in, step into the game, throw some glitter into the air, then clean it up maybe, and then or don't clean it up, have glitter around you forever, and that's completely fine too. I can see the cast nodding in front of me like, yes, glitter. I have heard that this next game will be rife with glitter. It's not only called Glitter Hearts, but I've heard from trustworthy sources that the cast have done everything in their power to increase the glitter saturation of this game to its maximum, and I'm sure that during their role-playing, they will do so even more. So if you don't like glitter, you like glitter, obviously. If you don't like glitter, come on, let yourself be persuaded by the next game into liking glitter. I'm sure they will be able to change your mind. And if you do like glitter, well, this is the place for you. On this Halloween, we have to also support the side of Halloween where we wear shiny pink Barbie costumes and cool outfits and glitter and wonderful stuff, not just the spoopy vibes, because those will be plentiful later today. So this first half of the day is dedicated to those who like getting fancy for Halloween or getting sparkly for Halloween, putting on their best fairy costumes, putting on their best magical girl outfits. You're super cool as well. It's not just the spooky people that have the best costumes. It's definitely the other side as well. So, you know what? I think it's about time to let the cast introduce themselves to you and the wonderful GM, and dive into the sea of glitter that the Glitter Hearts game will be. Afterwards, you can check the, well, you have another couple minutes of me, but after that, you can have a Witch and Craft interview about game design, a game design spotlight. So 2 more games after that as well. So plenty of stuff to stick around for. But for now, let's enjoy this game as Tempest shall take us away into the Glitterverse.
Hello, everybody. It is great to be here. You wonderful, generous people in chat. I have glittered myself up in honor of this fantastic game that we have for you today. First off, I want to say thank you. We're almost at £700. And we're not even halfway through the day. Like, seriously, thank you. You're all incredible. Thank you to the wonderful producers. Thank you to the mods for keeping all of this going. I think our next goal, our giveaway goal, is at 750. So we're so close. We're almost there. And if you haven't donated and you're in a position where you can, let's give us some love for this wonderful glitter game. I am Kat, aka Dungeon Delves, and I will be your glitter master this evening, or this morning, or this afternoon. And yeah, this will be a game of Glitter Hearts. Glitter Hearts is a system that focuses on the magical girl, boy, or Sentai like genre of anime and cartoons, things like Sailor Moon, Power Rangers, Miraculous Ladybug, Transformers, and that sort of thing. I'm very excited to have some of my wonderful players here. They've blown me away at every turn with their ideas for their characters. It's been absolutely awesome. Together, they are known as the Glitterbirds. But individually, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. And we will start with Corby. Please introduce yourself, tell everyone a little bit about yourself, and also please tell us about your wonderful glitter bird that you will be playing today.
Okay, hello all people. I'm Corby, I'm from Germany. I'm called Corbonade in the internet, and I produce I produce adventures and all that stuff. You can find at corbonade.com and all the jazz. I am playing today as Cassidy Crow, the kind of emo character, which if you've seen Winnie Pooh, it's like Eeyore from Winnie Pooh mixed with your standard 2010-ish emo person. And yeah, that's about me. It's the second time I had someone put makeup on me, and it's itchy itchy, and I guess
you look great,
get why
though.
People, yeah, thank you. I get why people don't like it, and I also get why people absolutely love it, because I feel fabulous right now. So yeah, that's about me and Cassidy Crow.
Thank you. Ella.
Hello, I'm Ella. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a game designer. I've got a tarot-inspired game about sailing on a river, currently crowdfunding, called Upriver Downriver, which in honor of Halloween, I'll mention if you die in that game, you play as a ghost of your character. So that's spooky. You can find me on social media at GEJWatts, and I will be playing Gem Puddleduck, whose pronouns are any and all. They are a kind of punk rocker whose theme is a horrible silly goose. And he plays a French horn in the band, but also occasionally is the lead singer, because she realized that we didn't have a lead singer in our band and thought we probably needed one. They mostly do kind of screamo metal. And yeah, that's me and my character.
Thank you. Next up, we have Diego. Please describe who you are, your IRL, and your character.
Okay, so hello, I'm Diogo. Pronouns are he, him. I'm a concept / TTRPG artist.
Oh, we might be losing.
Book which is coming out soon. Ooh.
Oh, I think you're back.
Things are fine. So I worked on a couple books I can talk about, but I also worked on one which is coming out soon, which is Grant Howard's Sin book from his Ron Rook and Deckard company. You can either see my work there when it comes out, or you can just follow me on Twitter, which I believe my tag is on the stream anyways. And then on the game, I'm playing Amara, she, her. I'm basically the shy one of the group who is very scaredy cat, and I'm just trying to make the best out of having friends and playing the awesome triangle in the band.
Nice. Because we all know the most important part of glitter metal is the triangle solo. And finally, Vinny, can you please introduce yourself and your character?
I can. I'm Vinny, I'm from Belgium. You might have trouble understanding me, but I will do my best to speak as fine English as possible. I'm to be found at Twitter, if you want to ever get in touch, at Groene Vimvis. You can see it in the notes. And I will be playing Sage Dovington, the upbeat character that always has quotes for any moment. And we'll try to be fixing the other characters. I play the synthesizer and do backing vocals.
Wonderful.
That's me.
As you may have got from everyone's description here, our lovable characters are all in the band, the Glitterbirds. It is a experimental high school glitter metal band, I believe, full of the synthesizer, drums, triangle, and French horn, which is fantastic. That is a very interesting combination indeed. But now that everyone is introduced, I think it's time that we can begin our adventure. So let me take you all away, and remind you all once again, as if you could forget, of the wonderful Sir BIRBINGTON, who is a fantastic force against the forces of evil who prey on people's fears and turn them sometimes physically into monsters. And BIRBINGTON's joyous demeanor and innate magical abilities help keep the evil powers at bay, but sometimes even he needs a little bit of help. So he has chosen 4 brave, kind, self-confident, and happy individuals, the most pure of hearts, to help him fight injustice and save the day, our wonderful heroes. So it is Halloween, and our wonderful high school teenage hero sensation little glitter metal band enthusiasts have been working hard, and they're looking forward to a little bit of a break. Dove has kindly bought everyone tickets to Thrill Park's Fright Night event, an amazing theme park which runs an iconic spooktacular events during the season with a hedge maze, a teacup ride where the teacups look like pumpkins, and many stalls selling all shapes and sizes of all kinds of candy that you can imagine. And everyone is very hyped for the adventure. I'm going to ask you how you like prepare for your trip to the theme park. I'm going to go around. I'll go in reverse order. So Vinny, what would Sage be taking to the theme park? What will be like her preparations?
I think I might have an HBO kit with me, because there might be happening something to my loved ones, my friends. So I'm bringing an HBO kit so I can.
Cool. You're going in
bandages
prepared.
and a few pills, maybe for motion sickness or something.
Nice, taking care of everyone.
Yeah,
awesome. Amara, how are you preparing for your trip to the theme park?
Well, I'm likely grabbing some bird seeds for my tiny little bird, which I have named M, just the letter M.
M. Yes.
So I decided to bring probably just a couple bird seeds for him. They're probably in a little pouch. Just so it's a little bit spookier, I also got him a little, how's it called? Almost like a little bodysuit, which is just a pumpkin.
Oh, so there's a little firebird on your shoulder that's got like a little pumpkin outfit.
Yeah, and besides that, I think I'm mostly just sitting around kind of waiting excitingly, but also a bit scared because I still know this is going to be a scary little thrill park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's a theme park, but there is going to be spooks, and I don't think Mara does well with spooks.
She really doesn't.
I'm sure the others will take good care of her. Gem. What is Gem doing?
Gem is, oh man, I had so much time to think about this. Okay, so I think that they're putting on their favorite pants, which they got from Hot Topic, which are, one black trouser, one white, and they love them so much. So I think that that's like beat number one. Number two, they put on as many temporary tattoos as they physically can, to the point where like it's starting to look not very good, and they're kind of overlapping on each other, and some of them are peeling off, and they're mostly like rad skulls. And like Gem very sort of with great annoyance didn't put on the flaming sword tattoo, which they really wanted to, for reasons which may or may not come up in game, but he was like, oh, I can't use this one, someone else has it. And then I think probably just like gels her hair a bit, tries to make it look very cool, puts on some eyeliner not very well, is trying to like look like punk, mostly kind of looks like a teenager, but that's fine.
Nice. It's all about the image. And finally, Cassidy.
Yeah, I'm not really thrilled to go, but it's nice that I've been invited. It brings me a lot of joy, and I'm looking forward to this trip for weeks, literally. I bring my favorite drumsticks, of course, because I take them everywhere. The same old jacket that's like really worn out, and some cash, because I'm not sure who's going to. Do we have to pay for this? I don't know. And it's like I don't want to ask, so just have like $20 from my mom, which she $30, because it's like not so often that I go out, which is nice.
Just happy with that. That makes sense.
I don't show it though. It's like whatever.
Excellent. And then. So you all, after making your own preparations, decide to meet up, whether that's at the gates or beforehand. You all carpool, but you arrive at the gates of Thrill Park, the best theme park, around. And as you walk in, you see the little bat mascot doing a little dance, holding a little arrow pointing towards the hedge bays. And you see a lot of people your age, who are like all super excited to go on all of the roller coasters and all of the other rides. And you just all get there, and the atmosphere is electric. Is there a particular ride that any of you are dying to go on or excited about?
I want to find the scariest roller coaster here. Like maybe one of those ones that's like a tower that drops you really fast. Like, I want to go over, and then I want to spend like 15 minutes hyping myself up to actually get in the queue, because I'm quite scared, but also I have to prove that I am like the coolest and I have no fear, and this roller coaster will not defeat me, and all of those other roller coasters are for kids. This one is for cool people.
Yeah, only the coolest people go on the scary roller coaster.
Exactly.
I might have followed you, and I'm standing there encouraging you to go into the roller coaster. Come on, you can find the glitter within. You can do this. Bring joy to yourself and to the world.
So just like in my head, the mental image is that Jem is just standing there like furiously scowling at this roller coaster, and Sage is standing next to them going, come on, you can do it, but for like 15 minutes. I can do it.
I feel like Amara thought people were already gonna go in, so she got on the queue. And when Jem looks up at the first one of the roller coaster going, she just sees Amara alone looking at her like, bye.
Cassidy, do you see that? She is rubbing it in my face. That is on purpose.
I secretly really wanted to go too, but I can't say it out loud, so I'm just standing behind you. Yeah, if you want to take the next one, I mean, whatever, it's okay, but I can drive with you. Like, it's okay. Please say yes.
No, okay, we'll do it. Come on, we can do it together.
Okay, I mean, yeah, glitterbirds.
Yes,
Come on.
Jem, you're right. Amara, a champion is someone who gets up when they fall. You can do this too.
Sage, you're
BIRBINGTON
coming with,
guide
right?
us.
You're coming with us, right?
I'm coming with you, of course. Come on, Amara.
Amara has already done it once.
Yeah.
I did it once.
Amara's going off in the car ahead.
I was so sad, by the way, that nobody came with me, so I'm just there, almost crying, but keeping it together, like. And because I said I wear like a hoodie and skirt, I just have the hoodie on, and I'm really terrified, so I'm just like.
Okay, my heart is way too broken by this mental image, so I would like to say that when Amara gets off, Jem like refuses to let Cassidy or Sage join the queue until Amara comes back, and like as soon as she gets off, like makes eye contact and is like, right, you, me, we're going on this roller coaster together, and I am gonna prove that I am less scared of it than you. Get in here right now.
It was so cool, she didn't even take a look at it. Oh God.
Shut up, Cassidy. You're supposed to be on my side.
Yeah, you are cool too. I mean, we don't need to sit together. It's fine. I can sit with Sage. It's like fine.
So the four of you eventually, like after this queue, Amara gets back from jumping the gun, kind of disappeared off. The four of you head on together onto the roller coaster, and it's a really steep one. Like it's got like a really slow build up, and then it just crashes down, and like it takes your photo, and you know everyone's having a good time, but there's also, you know, a little bit of a fear in your faces, but you know it's a good photo, an expensive photo, but a good photo nonetheless, and everyone is having a good time. And then just kind of handing the camera away from the glitter birds for a little bit, we see the next carriage behind them, and we see in that carriage Laurai, who donated £10.69, and Penguin Queen, who donated £10. Thank you very much. As they are in the carriage behind you, and as they kind of go up, the carriage that they're in, unbeknownst to our heroes, because they're so enthralled in their fun, just kind of disappears. It goes away, as if maybe something isn't quite right at this theme park, and they haven't quite noticed yet.
Did you see this happen? What?
Not quite yet. It's just happening behind you. You're having such a good time. But next, what is your next ride, everybody?
Okay.
We have the teacups. We have the hedge maze. There's a house of fun with lots of spooks.
Ooh, great.
Yeah, I don't really like spooks, but I'm like obliged to say, yeah, we can go into the house there. I mean, it's scary, right? We are all looking forward to the scary stuff. But Amara, if you don't want to, I mean, we don't have to. It's like, it's fine. I mean, if you don't want to.
Amara is just very, very afraid, and she's wondering, like, okay, where can I go where I'm not gonna be afraid? And she starts looking around and kind of figuring out. She's like, I'll just go with wherever you guys want to go on. And she kind of like coils a little bit, but she's just looking around, hoping that they choose the least scary thing.
When we're together, we can do anything, so we can just all go.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's
I
go.
mean,
All go.
Amara, if you're
can
too
do
scared or
this.
whatever, you can just, like, I mean, me and Cassidy can like handle this. I mean, like, we're like the real metalheads, like we believe in like the darkness. So
but we should stay together. It's just like, because we went here as a
Absolutely.
group, and if she doesn't want, you don't need to pressure her, because that's like kind of uncool,
Okay, you're right.
Okay, Cassidy's
Fine.
right, but we can conquer the darkness with glitter. We can do this. The darkness in ourselves, we can conquer it too.
Well, I mean,
especially if we stay together.
Speaking of conquering things, I guess like it like maybe like whatever, like Cassidy like maybe like has a point, like whatever, but like we could go in the maze. Would that work?
Yes.
Not that I care. Like,
Right, the maze sounds cool. Yeah, it's fine.
The maze sounds fun.
all right, well,
Let's
I'm
go
gonna
to the maze.
solve it before Amara does.
So are you working together but competitively? Like, you're all going in together, but you want to be the one to find the way out. Is that how I'm reading this?
Yeah, like, I mean, if it's okay with you, Corby, I think probably like Jem would like grab Cassidy's arm and like drag them with him and be like, come on.
It's like, I'm totally fine. You don't feel any resistance. It's like, yeah, it's cool. Bye guys.
I think I'm trying to make sure they don't go ahead too much, and that Amara is still following, because
Okay,
sure
so
if
Sage is
she's
like
doing
the intermediate, so
yeah,
you've got
something like that.
Jem and Cassidy at the front, and then kind of Sage in the middle, and then like Amara taking up the rear during this maze, trying to figure out the maze.
And I'm a little anxious looking to the front, to the two who are in front, and then to the back, and trying to keep everyone together. That's what I'm doing, as much as
Nice.
possible.
Excellent. So would you say you are trying to solve the maze together? It sounds like you're still traveling as a unit, but it sounds very much like Jem is in the lead. Can I get a "we can do this together" roll from Cassidy, Amara, and Sage, as they will be supporting Jem in their endeavor to solve the maze.
Yeah.
What attribute is that?
It will for this, because it's solving the maze, and it will be aiding glimpse the truth, this would be a mental.
Okay.
Use my mental. Nothing.
I rolled a 3. In total.
5.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay.
We are good at this.
This
We
has
immediately
gone well.
split up.
So,
The glitter has hit the fan.
oh yeah, already. So does anyone have any pluses to their
Oh
rolls?
my god. Yeah, mine is in total.
Mine is just at 6.
Just the 6. And
Excuse me, I had
It's
a
also
4.
0 for me.
I had a
So.
4. Not a
Okay. So, Amara and Cassidy, you are trying to help solve the maze, but you are more of a hindrance. Solving mazes is not your forte, and you know you're like, oh, I see an exit out this way, and like maybe Jem will go to follow you, and then they realize that it's not the way. Gets a bit frustrated with that. Jem, your relationship's a bit strained after that, because when you fail a let's do this together check, your relationship gets the broken status. So Jem, I think you're a little bit annoyed with Cassidy and Amara at this moment for the maze. Sage, you got a 4. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
I misclicked. It's a 4. I'm sorry.
I see.
Total.
The same then. The same
Yeah, I know.
description.
I was trying to.
This maze tested the glitter burbs and has been a bit of a frustration.
So, yeah, I just looked it up. I have a 6-2, which doesn't change anything. But if a relationship breaks for me, I get the isolated condition.
Yes.
So that applies. So I feel really down. It's like,
yeah,
oh, no,
it's taken a turn for the worse. Everyone's upset. You're gonna all need to like lift your spirits. And the news that we've, just broke 750 in donations, that might be a start. Thank you, everybody. But yeah, you will go into the maze and you're all kind of maybe just arguing a bit, and then as the camera pans away, nobody notices, because in the heat of the moment, nobody notices our 2 other donators, Anna and I think it's sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. They have both donated £20. Thank you very much. As they are also lost in the maze, kind of behind you, and you, there's just like out of your reach, you see 2 kind of gloved hands pull them into the hedges as they are also mysteriously lost. But another thing that maybe will be noticed by our heroes in a little bit. But until then, our heroes come out of the maze a little bit annoyed at each other. But I feel like when things are like this, there's one person on your team who will come up with an idea that will kind of bring you all together and help repair the relationship. And I believe that would be Sage. Sage, do you have any ideas? Like, you see everyone's all a bit annoyed and a bit upset.
I start singing. No, I walk them over to a bench, a wooden bench somewhere in the park near us, and I start singing the backing vocals, because I do the backing vocals for the Glitter Birds, and I start singing our most popular song. And I know Cassidy has drumsticks with him.
I'm totally gonna bang on a trash can.
So I try to, through music, try to make us bond again. Like, I don't know how our song exactly goes. I will spare the audience me singing, but that's what we're doing at this moment. We're vibing. Should I roll for this or something, or?
I feel like there's I'm trying to remember if there is a role, but it just seems so sweet. Like, I just love it. So I think I'm just happy for this to work. If everybody else is feeling the vibe, like Sage starts singing the backing music, and then Cassidy just starts like tapping out the drum beat on the bench, and then I feel like maybe like Jem comes back in with some of those vocals.
Oh yeah, I've been thinking about this, but like, yeah, so I think it's like, I can't remember the name of the song, but it's in Chicken Run, where it's like flap flap flap, and it's kind of like a Charleston thing, but I think we've done like a metal remix, and so it's like flap flap fly, our glitter's gonna make us fly, we're so cool. But yeah, for sure, Jem is like putting his whole heart into it, because he's a little bit upset that like there's this tension with his friends, so like he's like he does want to like get it back together, and that translates into screaming very loudly.
I think if this works and we end the song and we're vibing a little and the annoyance is gone, I just look them all in the eyes one by one and I tell them, see, this is what glitter metal is about. Togetherness,
I feel like
love,
there's
peace, and friendship that will last forever.
I feel like there's only one way that this song can end, and that's with Amara doing her wonderful triangle solo, bringing a little bit of glitter to this song.
I feel like to keep it consistent with some of the rest of the things, little M just regurgitates the little triangle. And all of a sudden, when you think he's done, you just see one last, and there's like just a little drum, and I just pull it up all yucky and everything.
Great, absolutely great. Relationship restored. Everything is fine. Everyone is doing good. Yeah, you will take some time to calm down and get over what happened in the hedge maze there. Excellent. What would be your next core point of action going along? Would people start, maybe like looking around, seeing what seems popular, or is there any particular theme park attraction that people already have in their heads?
Is there some sort of a wild water attraction? Which I don't know how it's called in English, but we have at theme parks like the logs, where you drift from up high in the water. I'm not sure how it's called.
Just like I think a log flume, so like a water roller coaster.
Yeah, basically. I think that's what I would like to try out the most.
Well, here at Thrill Park, we have all sorts of fun attractions. That's why we're number one. If people would be more up for doing that, you guys just go on a number of rides, and you all have a great time. But after a while, some of you might get a little bit suspicious that some of the rides seem like a little quieter than you would expect. So if anybody would like to, anyone is free to do a glimpse the truth check, just to kind of see if you can figure out what may be going on. But is there anyone in particular who would do like a bit of a check, look around, be like, wait a second, there's something a bit of a miss?
I'm way too much on track of keeping track of my friends and how they're feeling, and I'm oblivious to what's going on outside.
Cool.
At this moment.
I kind of like the idea that so first of all, Jem was very happy about the log flume. Water is their element, so they were like, this is the absolute bomb. And then afterwards, I think Z was wearing like a tank top, kind of took that off, has like a little short top underneath, and it's just like kind of wringing it out, and looks at Cassidy whilst they're doing this, and I imagine Cassidy's just silently waited with Jem without saying anything, but it's like a good friend moment. And Jem kind of looks at Cassidy and goes, okay, so, and maybe not like necessarily the smartest, but I kind of figured that maybe like with this being like the #1 theme park in the country and it being Halloween, there would be more people than like us. And I feel like you're better at picking up on bad vibes. Like you kind of have that whole thing where sometimes you get that deja vu thing. So like, you getting a bad vibe?
Yeah. I'm just mesmerized by you ringing that thing. I was like, and I want to use. I don't even listen. It's like, okay, what is she doing? And it's like, can I use my "it all fits together" ability, which lets me glimpse into the future to see the threats of fate.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just say by getting ranked out of a shirt. So I'm rolling for it. Let's see if it does anything.
Because Cassidy is the dreamer archetype. They have a strong connection to the mystical, and can have a sense of deja vu. Like maybe they can figure something out. Please.
I have an 8.
Give us a roll. An
Yeah.
8.
An 8.
Excellent.
Which, yeah.
I believe on an 8 you get to either hold or ask me one of the from the list with that power. So you can either hold means you can either save this for later or you can use it whenever you see fit. You can either interfere with an enemy, giving somebody a +1 to their next roll. You can cause an accident, inflicting 1 damage to a target. You can find something that someone's left knowingly or not, or basically the others are negative, so I don't think you would be into that. That's more for when you fail.
Probably not the negative. Can I change it into like a glimpse of the future of some like shadowy glimpse of what could happen if we don't get to something right now, like not specifically what happens, but like what could.
Yeah. What could happen? So like your sense of deja vu. So yeah, I will kind of flavor this under the whole like you find something that has been left behind. You get the feeling that this kind of reminds you of a dream you had last night before heading out today. In that dream, you kind of remember going to the theme park, and there were no members of staff. Like all the members of staff disappeared, and gradually as the day went on, more and more people disappeared, and until you were alone in the theme park. You just put that down to like a bad dream because your own insecurities, but it kind of sounds like maybe that's happening. You of course also as you may or may not remember, do have Sir BIRBINGTON walking around with you at all times. Only the pure of heart can see Sir BIRBINGTON, so most people kind of, it goes unnoticed, but he's just kind of like waddling up behind you, and once per game you can share his wisdom. Ask him if he has any insights into what's happening. But kind of as you are thinking about the deja vu, like Sir BIRBINGTON is looking at you a little bit concerned, just like, oh, maybe something's afoot. Maybe we should look into this.
Did we see staff around, like when we went on rides, or was it more like automated stuff?
You were like all very excited to just kind of get into the maze, onto the log flume. You didn't really notice anybody kind of manning it. The closest thing to a member of staff you've seen is the mascot.
So is there someone on the log? I mean, we are still beside us. Is there someone operating it in the little booth?
If you have a look, the booth is empty.
Hey, Jam, shouldn't there be like people in there? I mean, it sounds like some break of regulations, right? Because it's not safe.
Yeah, no, like that's like the most uncool thing is health and safety, like breaking health and safety regulations. Like only losers fail, their health codes. That's weird. Hey, Burbs, Suburbington, where's the Burb?
He, like, springs up next to you, jumps up into view.
Sup, little dude? Hey, Amara, Sage,
Yes.
there's maybe like a thing going on. Amara, I'm sure you already knew, but like, me and Cassidy.
Just for the joke, can Amara try to roll to see if she actually knew? Just since she's saying that.
You can roll a glimpse the truth.
Yeah, which is just 2d6 plus mental, right?
That would be two dice and yes, plus mental.
Yeah, so it's just a straight roll for me. No,
Nope.
I knew absolutely nothing. I know, like, I'm clueless as to really what we were doing. Honestly, I was really like, okay. Oh, we're getting on the waterlogs. Okay. They left. When did they leave?
Yeah. I mean, you were kind of distracted because like the waterlog, like the ride was cool, but like he wasn't like the biggest fan of getting wet, so that was a bit distracting for you. And yeah, no, you have no idea what Jem is talking about.
I think we should ask the Burb man if we could if he's got any idea of what's going on. Was that cool with you all, Sage?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
It's always better when we're together, when we're thinking together, when we're acting together. We're the Glitterbirds after all. So yes, let's ask Birbington.
It's whatever. Okay, so Jem is gonna like crouch down, kind of Slavic squat in front of this like little Burb, and kind of look at him and go, okay, come on, little dude, what's going on?
Hear a little quack as you ask him. It is a flat dice roll for consulting your magical creature. I am going to ask Jem to do the roll since they have incited. Please roll me 2d6 and we will see what knowledge Sir Verbiton has to bestow upon you.
I'm so scared. Okay, let's do this. Oh no!
Yes. We are not good today.
Oh.
Yeah, not working out.
It's a little gloomy for us. Not too much glitter.
I believe that even though some of the checks broke with the we can do this check, because they were assisting you, Ellie, you still would have earned a PowerPoint, and you can spend a PowerPoint to get +1 to bump that up to a 7.
Yes, I will do that. I am very happy to take that. Let's do that. Let's not give you hold 4 against us.
But I'm a little afraid of the re-rolling bit because you can go lower.
No, I'm gonna just add the +1 because I'm a very kind glitter master.
Thank you.
Kindness.
We need it.
Thank you. Glitterbirds.
You kind of innately understand the language of Sir Burbiton's quacking, as you just hear like a whack whack. But you will understand that as, I'm not really sure what's happening, but it does seem like evil is afoot. We might need the glitter burbs.
Definitely a musical sting comes in from nowhere.
The little spinny symbol just saying glitter birds where it spins into the
glitter
into the screen.
incongruously just appears behind us in like a cloud. Like there's just a like glitter bullets. That's the ad break,
Yeah.
you know, in the TV show.
So is this our cue to transform,
It might
or
be.
should we
Uh,
investigate first?
I
It
mean,
might be smarter to investigate first.
does this mean we have to stop the fun stuff because I still have money for ice cream? But we don't have to. It's not. We can do the transformation. It's fine. It's fine.
Cassidy, this is the hardest.
Fighting after.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
but we
oh my
get
god,
ice
I just
cream
agreed
after.
with Amara. What's happening to me? Maybe the
Can
effect
we-
is getting into our heads.
Can we get glitter on our ice cream?
You
can get sprinkles.
Ice cream would be the best.
Full glitter.
So are we just gonna take like a 30 seconds to 1 minute? We went to buy ice cream. We stop for a bit. We sit at the bench at the very empty spot.
We're gonna investigate the
No, we're-
disappearances, but first ice
we get
cream.
some ice. Yeah,
The
yeah.
problem is,
I propose we combine them. We investigate by eating
the
ice
ice
cream, and we can interrogate the ice cream salesperson. So, that like when there's an investigation going on and you have to know the lay of the land, so to speak, you go
Yeah,
to
I
a
think-
bar and
Sorry, I think the ice cream person is actually gone, and there's just like this huge machine where you have to use the lever, and we can just pour so much ice cream as we want because nobody is there to even say anything.
Okay, then that's
Now
part of our
you're catching on to
investigation
what's happening.
too. Even the ice cream salesman is gone. What?
Get there, there's no ice cream salesman. Other
Is it not
teenagers
best?
have got onto what you're thinking, and there's just ice cream everywhere. It's anarchy.
but you do
no.
not mess
Ice
with
cream
the ice
anarchy.
cream man.
Something is going on. We must find the truth.
Yeah.
What could this be? could have
Can we
caused this?
investigate the ice cream stand while we eat the
Yes.
ice cream though?
Yes, of course, because priorities. So like you can take some of the ice cream and be like, where could the salesperson be?
Is there a very tiny cone for M? I want a very tiny cone just so I
There
can
can
give
be.
M some ice cream.
Maybe
while
like a
we're
little
looking
tub,
at it.
like one of the
Yeah.
little tubs they get, and you can just be like, pass it up to your little bird.
Wait,
Something is afoot here.
But because M is a firebird, when M tries to eat the ice cream melts.
No.
It's just like a milkshake.
I mean, if anyone wants to investigate, I am happy to assist. Jem has -1 to mental, so I'm going to suggest that they don't do the investigating.
That's great
Yes.
mental.
We
This is
have
not-
no
Ooh.
mental. We are all bad at this. It's like I
I
have
have-
0. It's
I have 0.
I was
Me
gonna
too.
say, based off of how you explained it, I would say it's probably best for Amara to be doing the check, and maybe the rest of you to assist. If you,
Yeah. Okay.
so if we, go on.
Well, I was just going to say, can I make an argument for using physical to assist? Here's my reasoning. Jem mostly just wants to show off their muscles because they recently started going to the gym because they got like old enough that they can start like doing that safely and actually start like weight training and stuff. And like that only happened like on their most recent birthday. And so they really want to show off how strong they are. So I want to kind of, if Amara's rolling and we have a competitive relationship, I want it to be like Jem is like lifting stuff up and like moving things aside and stuff, but it's like kind of doing it in a way where she's like, look how strong I am. I'm so much better than you. I'm so much stronger than you. I can do anything. Just because I'm not smart doesn't mean that I'm not capable. But it's actually like helping Amara maybe see things that she wouldn't have seen, or like kind of like getting her a different perspective. It's like
I'm going to allow this.
it's very
Can-
nice of you.
It was a
Can
good...
multiple people help?
Yes. Are you
Because-
going to just be assisting the regular way of like it would be a plus mental?
Yeah, I'm trying to give a speech with my an emotional speech to take away some of the anxiety of Amara, whilst trying to calm down Jem, so she doesn't interfere too much with Amara's concentration.
Okay, so
that's what I'm
you're
to
trying to stunt this into emotional, like Jem is stunting into it.
We can all do this, and you're great at this. I'm sure you can. And Jem, you mean this well, but maybe you can tone it down a little, because if we all are in this together, we can make sure it all works. Let Amara finish this for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would make that emotional too. I would just give Amara a single pat on the back and say, "You can do this." And that would be it. But it means something.
Let's get those "we can do this" rolls going. So if I can get all of those, and we will see. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. Better than last time.
Yeah. Amara stands a chance.
You so badly.
Again, Jem's not being much of a help. There's just a lot of throwing things around.
Gem.
But Cassidy's pat on the back was very nice. Well, that was very helpful. I'm looking at my my roll. It was very nice. You get a +1 forward to this roll, and Sage's speech, as always, just inspires you, Amara. And you gain a +1, and you get to add 1 to your power pool, and Sage, you get to add 1 to your power pool.
So do I essentially get +2 and a power pool?
You get +2 to this roll, and because Cassidy would have given you a +1 as well, you get +2 to your power pool as well.
Although, just a mechanics thing, because I got a 6 or lower and our relationship is competitive, my actions have demoralized my target and they lose 1 from their power pool, and our relationship is broken. I'm sorry, Diogo.
So I go back to 1. The only thing, because it says that irregardless, you would have given me 1 to my power pool, so I think that the power pool 1 that you took out is essentially nullifying the 1 you would have
It's the one that you would have given, yeah. So I think you still get the 2 instead of a 3. But you get +2 to your Glimpse the Truth roll, which is so it will be your dice plus that 2, and we will see what you notice around the ice cream stand.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Wait.
Our heroes.
Guys hate us.
So I have 2.
You have 2 in your power pool.
Do we give myself +2 again to get a
you
7?
Can.
Or do I do the advantage thing, which would maybe just mean I can drop the lowest?
I would say that because doing +1 isn't going to get you anywhere, I will allow you to spend, because I am so kind, that 2 power points that you just got to roll 1 more d6, and you will drop the lowest.
Come on, Diogo.
We don't even know who does this, and we can find it out. It's like...
So it's a 4 +2, which means I have a 6, which is better than a 5.
You know what? You guys got free ice cream out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're so bad at this.
We break the ice cream machine, let's face it. It's
Jem's like, oh, maybe there's a clue under the ice cream machine. It's just like, look, I can lift it. And, flips on some of the puddles of ice cream and just throws it on the floor. Everyone, it's just anarchy. But yeah, free ice cream. Still not entirely sure what's happening. Meanwhile, while you're destroying the ice cream booth in the background, we have like Lucky Dog and Joy Skull kind of like wandering over to the pumpkin teacups, and like they're having a good time on the pumpkin teacups, who Lucky Dog donated £14, and I think Joyce donated 10. Thank you very much. And then, while the teacups are going, as the teacups kind of go around the corner out of view, the pumpkin teacup kind of closes up around them and kind of sinks into the base as another 2 people go missing in this theme park, while our heroes are desperately trying to notice.
Everyone in the theme park is gonna disappear by the time. Okay, so I think that because my hero name is Rage Glitter, and right now I'm very frustrated and cross about not having really been able to help, and I feel like we're not getting anywhere. I think maybe if it's okay with you all, I'm just gonna transform. I think Jem is so mad that Faye wanna transform because Faye I just
It's like, I'm done with this. Sid, magic powers go.
Yeah, pretty much. If that's okay with everyone else, otherwise I'm happy to.
Yeah,
it makes so much sense.
Excellent. Before we get into that, I think it's probably time to have a little bit of a bio break, and then we'll come back and we'll have some magical powers going, and then maybe after a little bit of a break, we'll have some better dice rolls. But we will be 10 minutes. Everyone grab a drink, have a bit of a stretch, and we will be back with you shortly. Thank you. See you soon.
Bye.
We're back. Hi, everybody. I hope you've filled whatever cups you have and taken the time to stretch your legs. Thank you for continuing the donations. You've all been absolutely fantastic. We're so close to 800 now. It's incredible. You are all awesome. And yeah, thank you. Thank you. The Glitter Birds also thank you. We were just about to have a magical transformation. So back in the scene, our heroes were trying to investigate where all the staff in this theme park have gone. And they haven't had a lot of luck because, wouldn't you know it, they have a lot of energy, but not a lot of brain power going on.
None of us.
Are we talking characters?
But that's okay, because what they might lack in the mental skill they make up for with heart
And friendship.
and friendship. So Jem, you have initiated your magical transformation. Can you please give me a description?
Okay, so Jem's furious that their help didn't really help at all. He feels like he feels a bit stupid, he's a bit frustrated, and he's kind of stomping around, and he's still kind of got this wet shirt from the log flume, and so she's just like, okay, right, had enough of this. And so stomps with these big platform boots, takes a kind of power stance, and holds their hands up to their chest, and he goes, "Glitter birds, let your hearts take flight." And then as he does, he kind of runs forward and jumps into the air, and behind him there's this massive wave that appears out of nowhere, and coming up out of the top of the wave in glowing glittery light is a noble goose. And as the wave kind of crashes over the top of him, the goose flies over his head. His water kind of wraps around his body, and it's kind of mixed in with this red glitter, and it's sick as hell. And they various things happen, so their boots get even bigger platforms and really long and cool kind of vinyl and they get this big kind of feathery kind of mask across their eyes. From their hand, this long kind of water whip appears, and they crack it, and it goes, and this big kind of ribbon appears, and it's very Sailor Moon, there's this kind of ribbon around their chest. And then the very last thing that happens as he transforms is his sleeves burst off of his arms as he gets super buff and becomes Rage Glitter.
Fantastic.
Wow. Okay. It's evocative.
Love it so much. What does Rage Glitter do?
I think the first thing they do is just kind of march back to the others and say, okay, whatever's going on, we might not know what is going on, but we know something's going on, because there's no way that in 2021 they would be able to keep a theme park open with no staff, because that is definitely a health code violation. So I think it's time that we transform and we try and find these bad guys. Are you with me?
Of course we are with you, but please find love in your heart. Not only madness, not only rage. There are good things too. Look, ice cream.
I love things so much. I get angry. I'm angry because whatever. It's whatever. We should transform.
Yeah, okay, but what do the rest of you think? Should we transform now? Out of rage, or?
I think that there is a time for anything, and maybe wait till the time is right for our transformation. I feel a bit vulnerable. I mean, yeah, we can do it. Immediately. Come on.
Okay then.
I think it's time. I think we're ready.
Well,
So who does next?
okay
If-
then.
Well, it sounds like Amara is the next one to probably stand up. So Amara, could you give us a description of your magical transformation?
So Amara just kind of lightly stands up, and with her still shy little face, she puts herself down, grabs the hoodie, and kind of takes it out as if to like open up herself to the world. And she looks at M. It's time, M. And M's fire starts swirling around her and just kind of going almost like a little tornado. And the whole outfit, kind of like from top to bottom, just starts almost like a phoenix, burning into ashes and turning into her outfit. So her skirt gets a little bit longer. Her outfit here starts becoming less of a hoodie, kind of like burning the hood itself and just conforming to her body more. The sleeves, just like from this side to this side, it burns, turning this part into the gloves and this part into like the poofiness of the shoulders.
Nice.
And her eyes start going red while you see the like visor thing go in front of her face. And the bird, when it gets to the top, you just see little M kind of gets on top of her and just sits like on top of the head. And just a little fiery aura gets on her, and she just, I'm ready.
Thank you. That was fantastic. Who would like to go next?
I'm a little reluctant because I was arguing against it, but when I see the others transform, I will be joining in. And you would see like the plants around me all rustle gently in a wind no one can feel. You see some of the plants grow a little even. I transform by I get a green mask around me, and the vines around me are growing a little. But it's quite subtle and less makes less of an impression on the rest.
Yeah. And then what is your glitter bird name?
Oh, me. I'm Upbeat Glitter.
Upbeat Glitter. Thank you. And finally, Cassidy.
Yeah. I'm looking around to the others and like, can you turn around? No, okay, it's fine. And you see all around me like dark billowing shadows rising up, engulfing me. Like half of my form you can't even see right now. Only the outline, which she puts on a little dance. To be honest, like you see the outline in the dark clouds dance around, and with a thick thump, the shadows and the dark clowns disappear and go outward, and there she just stands like with her mask on, with her jacket that transformed into a cape, and little purple trinkets around the belt and the neck, and she's like, okay, yeah, I did it. It's
And then what was your glitter name?
yeah, my glitter name is Gloomy Glitter, of course.
Excellent. And I'm sorry, did we catch Amara's one as well? So I forgot.
Amara's glitter name is Anxious Glitter.
Yeah. So we've got Rage, Anxious, Gloomy, and Upbeat Glitter. Our fantastic glitter birds. Ready to go. I'm gonna just toggle through because there were some images and I don't know if they properly stream, but here we have Gloomy Glitter, and then the next one we have Upbeat Glitter, with all of their wonderful leaves. We have Anxious Glitter with all of the fire and their incredibly cool sword, which I don't know if it's like on your hip, or if you haven't summoned it yet, but
Still haven't summoned it. Not yet.
We'll get to that. We'll get there. And rage glitter with their water whip, as we have all of the fantastic glitter birds, and they all transform. And as you transform, you guys kind of are ready to go, and you see like a dark cloud kind of form above where the pumpkin teacups are, almost kind of like responding to your transformation. And you see like a lightning strike kind of come out from the dark cloud, and this figure is suddenly teleported there in the strike of the lightning. This woman with snaky hair and glitter everywhere, who looks at you all with disdain, and says, "So you finally decided to show yourself, Glitterbird?"
Yes, we did.
Do we know her?
No.
Oh,
I think I'm trying to keep Gem calm. That's what I'm trying to do now.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Keep
yeah.
Gem a little calm.
I was
Let's go out and
yeah, I was
Please?
gonna say, like, I think probably, again, if it's okay with you all, probably what Jem is gonna do is try and do an all eyes on me roll with this new villain, and try and like draw fire a little bit, slash you know, he is really grumpy, he's had a bad day, she
It's
got
been
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
bad
bad
rolls. Yeah, like she doesn't know that it was dice rolls, but like they feel thwarted by something, so they're like, I feel like they probably would go in and be like, but Vinny, I know you just said that you're trying to keep me calm, so if you want to like stop me from doing that, like
I don't know. I'm not going to stop you if you. I'm just trying to calm you, trying to put myself between you and the person with the snake hair. That's what I'm doing. Just putting myself between you so you don't impulsively attack them or something.
Yeah,
That's all I do.
I'm standing behind you, just saying, "Go, Jam, go for it." It's like, ooh.
we are such a mess. We're such a teenage mess. Like Sage is like, no, don't do it. Cassidy's like, do it. Amara's like on the edge of a panic attack.
I think Amara is probably, whenever people are done, she just wants to go to the lady and say, "Sorry, do you know what's happening here?"
Exactly.
Could you explain what's happening? Who are you? She will, like, in a very regal way, tilt her head up and say, "I am the Snake Queen, and you have entered my domain." And then in another flash of light, she will disappear, and the clouds will kind of circle, and you'll hear like a "oh ho 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 ho" laughter kind of echo around as she taunts you. As the clouds kind of grow over the entire theme park, and suddenly all of the civilians look up and kind of notice like that something's going down, like Tay, who donated £20, thank you, and Anon with their incredible £20 donation, and you see like some glowing lights kind of appear from 3 of the attractions, along with some, maybe like a couple of civilian screams alerting you to danger. You see a light go on over at the fun house, the haunted house, which you have yet to explore. You see a light kind of go on at the roller coaster, where you were kind of all proving how not scared you were, and a light go on back at the hedge mage, which almost destroyed the glitter birds as we know them. And you feel like you get this innate sense that in all 3 locations there is something sinister afoot that needs the assistance of the glitter birds. But where do you go first?
Okay. So first of all, she called herself Serpent Empress.
The
What is
Snake
the-
Queen.
Snake Queen. I will always call her by her wrong name.
Excellent.
Yeah.
She'll love that.
like legless lizard regent.
Yes, exactly.
Come on, glitter birds. This is something we can fix.
I think this
Yeah.
this is the time for us to go against our true fears and defeat the maze again.
I agree for the second
no,
time
no,
today.
no.
with you.
Amara is right.
I think we need to do this. It is the best for us. If we can show that we defeat her in her own territory, then
So-
the battle is half won.
Yeah, can we go onto the coast at first? That was more fun, to be honest. It's like, like keep the hard stuff fit for the last. No, it's like I don't want to be alone again.
I propose to start with a roller coaster, because the other two have they're more difficult for us. The hedge maze, we don't have fond memories of it, and we don't know the haunted house. So let's start with a roller coaster.
The haunted
we can-
house isn't bad.
We can
The haunted
start.
thing is not difficult.
No, but we don't know it. We know the roller coaster, and we enjoyed ourselves there. So it brings glitter into our hearts if we do so. Let's start with a roller coaster.
I don't know how to do both. I failed
What is this?
What about
It's fine. You just gotta put your heart and your wings in, and it does. You'll get there. It's the enthusiasm that counts.
Okay, so I think having made that decision, then Jem just like marches off towards the roller coaster.
Cool. Jem,
Let's follow Jem closely so we can stop him if need be.
Jem runs off towards the roller coaster, and the rest of you follow in tow, ready to help the people who seem to be in trouble over there. When you get over to the roller coaster, the kind of cries, they've died down a bit, and no one is around. But as you kind of all get close, you're kind of trying to investigate, look around, trying to find anyone. And maybe you're angrily shouting like, "Show yourself!" or trying to just kind of figure out what's gone wrong here. Suddenly, a ghostly figure kind of just pops out of it and tries to push you all into the cart of the roller coaster. I'm gonna need all of you to roll me I think it's a thwart peril, but it might not be. Thwart peril. We'll go for thwart peril to not be pushed on.
I get a +1 to that roll because we're all in this together. I gain a +1 to thwart peril when we're working with one or more heroes or allies. And I'm guessing that's what we do here. We're all together.
Yeah, you are all together. You're all together trying
okay,
to thwart peril.
So what's that?
It is
that
a
one?
plus physical roll, please.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Still a +1 for me.
Nope.
9.
Six again.
Got a 10.
Ah. Amara.
I've got a
Jem's-
9. Amara
That's
has a 10.
Amara has a
Okay.
10. Sage has a 9. Cassidy has a 7, and Jem has 6, which is not tough.
I don't think I
Oh,
rolled
Jem.
higher than 6 the entire game.
No.
It has been that kind of a thing. So Amara, you dodge out of the way, as like your fiery energy will kind of just pick up as it becomes giant wings on your back and whisks you away out of danger. You manage to dodge flawlessly. Sage and Cassidy, You manage to dodge, but you both kind of have to like throw yourselves onto the floor and do sort of a roll. It's a bit awkward, and you kind of bash into each other a bit as you kind of do. No hurt to your relationship, but you do both take a point of damage as you kind of smack into each other from just the shock. And Jem, you're pushed onto the cart. Oh no. You are pushed in, and you gain the restrained tag as the bar comes down and holds you in place, and the cart starts to zoom off with Jem, and the rest of you are like, oh no, Jem's been kidnapped. What do you do?
Who is the lightest person that Amara can carry from the other two?
I think Duff.
Yeah.
Sage,
Okay.
I mean.
So all of a sudden, M will get on the back of Amara, and its tiny little wings are gonna turn into massive fiery wings.
Wow.
And Amara is just gonna look at Cassidy and say, I'm really sorry, we have to do this quickly, and just grabs onto Sage and just swooshes after the roller coaster. If there is one cart that doesn't have anybody behind the one where Jem is, she will drop Sage there. And if it's close enough, she'll go back for Cassidy, but only if it's close enough.
Probably, like you could probably quickly like kind of get Sage in there and then circle back round and then pick up Cassidy and then be on your way. Sage, you get dropped into the cart, and Jem is just restrained by the bar.
This is the worst!
I'm
I've
in the
decided
cart
I don't
behind.
like roller coasters. This is why we do our health inspections.
So it's a cart with multiple seats behind each other. So I'm right behind her, or
Yeah, so
how should
you,
I
like-
envision this?
Yeah, so I imagine it's like a car with 4 seats, and you've maybe
Yeah.
been dropped into the back, and then
Yeah.
you've got like Jem just at the front, the bar pulled down. So the cart is going on the track, and you're not
Does it
locked
have
in.
loopings?
It does at the end. So you've
Oh
got.
no! So I'm freaking out, trying basically. What should I do now? Help! Help! And then it grows on me. I can grow plants. Can
Yes.
I try and grow plants around the end of the roller coaster where it's really low down? I can grow the plants there with my special ability to stop the cart in its track.
Cool. So you want to like wrap the vines around the cart so that like it slows the cart and eventually
Yeah.
brings it to a safe stop before
That's
you
what I
get to
want to
any
do.
sort of loop-de-loops.
Indeed.
Yeah. You can definitely you can try to do that. You can roll a thwart peril with an extra +1 for your
Yes.
plants.
And Thwart Peril was
A physical.
ooh, okay. That's +1 in total. 4 in total. So I'm guessing this is. Oh,
You're
God!
going along, you're trying to drag the vines, and it's not quite working. It's going too fast, and the vines are breaking. Amara, you pick up Cassidy, and you're on your way. You can see what's about to happen. If you don't get this cart stopped soon, it's gonna end up going over. And I mean, Jem might be okay, but Sage might have some issues with falling out of the cart at that point. You're firmly holding on, so Amara and Cassidy, you're both in a position to do anything. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm
Any
looking up
plan,
at her. Yes, I'm looking up at her, and it's like, "Oh, why did you even bring me here? I'm not even sure I can do anything." It's like,
I don't know. Shadow
Random.
something. No, I only have fire and a sword. Shadows.
are my shadows actually be tangible? Can they actually, are they physical things, or are they just like darkness?
I think you know it's something that you could use to maybe maybe grab hold. It could be a physical thing. You can manifest them. So I
they
take that
can
as to be something
touch
that
something.
can. Yes.
Okay, good. Then I can do something. Then I'm just flying while Amara carries me on her, and I'm trying to get some shadowy tendrils to stop the cart from moving, like the vines from before, but enforced with shadowy energy.
Help? Because I'm helping with the flying, is there a way to do anything? And because I'm helping essentially with my power by bringing her them as close as possible, can I make it a mystical? We can do this together.
I like that reasoning, so I am going to say yes. Could you please roll me a "we can do this together" with plus mystical?
We're the worst superheroes of all time.
How bad is it?
You're teenagers. You're learning.
It's
We just
definitely
discovered our powers.
7. Yes. Let me. There's the that definitely helps with a +1. So Cassidy, in order to do your vines thing, can you please roll me a thwart peril, which is a plus physical, but you're going to get a +3 in total on top of that. 1 from Amara, 1 from your shadows, and 1 because this is something that Sage has just attempted, so there's going to be some like friction left over from, so it's going to help slow it down.
I imagined like the vines who are still there, I think.
Yeah.
I just enforced them with tendrils. They wrap around. It's like a big color scheme of dark green, and I'm using my hands outstretched, and I'm just like really like you see sweat pouring from my face as I'm trying to stop the cart, and it's not bad.
Yes.
It's a 12.
And I think they come to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
I mean, they still want to drive, but I'm like all the while holding them with like, come on, guys.
I imagine Jem shouting out of anger, me shouting out of fear behind her. And then I brace myself as I see the tendrils form on top of the plants. I brace myself. I hope I don't hurt myself because I'm still in the cart.
A mechanical question. It says that because we're cooperative, my +1 says I give the +1, but I put myself in danger. So I don't know if I maybe throw Cassidy onto the other track and either my fire wings kind of fall, and you know when you go and you're almost in front of the roller coaster and it's like very close to hitting me at that point.
I'd say maybe that you go into danger like that, like you drop Cassidy into the thing safe and you tumble just before, but the cart is just stopped just before it would hit you, because a 12 is a phenomenal roll.
Oh god.
Was there something, Jem?
Yeah, like I was wondering, just because I think it would be a cool moment in the TV show, I was wondering if like when Amara falls, can I do a roll to like break out of the roller coaster and try and catch her? And I wasn't sure whether that would be like a protect someone or like a I've got your back.
You
could use like my ice to try and break out the bars.
Ooh, yes, I like that. Because you have frost, so you can use your frost to like weaken the integrity of the bar, and then try to smash out. Yes, you can do a protect someone roll.
Okay, cool. So I'm pretty sure that that's plus physical. Plus persona.
Yes.
May I please add 1 for my ice?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Bearing in mind how I've been rolling this session, might drop Amara. We just need to
You
be
might make it worse.
Yeah, we just need to be prepared for that eventuality. It's just getting us all emotionally prepared, okay? All right. Oh dear. I live in fear.
11.
Our luck has turned.
Excellent. Oh, everything's starting to work.
On a 10 plus, hold 2. On a 7 to 9, hold 1. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I wanna can I use, so I was thinking like if I could use like chunks of ice, like big kind of spiky bits of ice on either side of the seat, I just kind of like boom out of the roller coaster, just smash, just do lots of smashing. And then what I want to do is kind of get onto the seat, run and jump, and as like Amara starts to fall, I want to like grab onto the side of the roller coaster, use ice to like hold me onto the side of the roller coaster and catch Amara with my other hand, and just kind of like hold onto her and say like, see, now you owe me one because that was really cool, but I mean you kind of saved me, so I guess we're even. And I kind of throw you back up onto the roller coaster.
Nice. You stopped the roller coaster, everybody. It was touch and go there, but well done.
Are there any people on here, or is there like even a reason we did this?
Well, a ghost pushed us on. A ghost pushed us onto it and kind of set it going.
So is the ghost gone now?
You look around and you see, like, as you stop the cart, you see like the ghost materialize out of the carriage, like it was the thing powering the cart trying to take you away. And it doesn't look like it has much to say, but it looks like you've thwarted its plans, so it looks like it's about to kind of come for you guys and maybe attack. What would you like to do?
Battle stance.
Nice. Who leaps into battle first?
No. I try to hold the rest back when they...
Wait!
I try to jump in front of them and I try to touch the ghost's heart to make it... yeah, I want to make it feel sorry for us.
Like, wait, you shouldn't be doing this. Could you give me like a little...
Yeah, something like, I know you don't mean to do wrong by us. It's just a way to be a little I can't even pronounce it. Sorry. I know you don't mean to do us real pain. You're just a hurtful little ghost, aren't you?
Okay.
I'm sure you won't hurt us anymore.
Please roll a touch the heart plus emotional.
Is this a thwart peril?
I think it sounds more like it's a touch their heart.
Yeah, okay. So that's persona, okay.
Emotional.
Emotional, yes. Oh, emotional. That's even better. Yay! I rolled a 10 in total.
Woohoo! Excellent. You gain +2 actions against the target, and the effect ends if the target takes damage. You form a competitive relationship with the target. So it seems like the ghost is was gonna jump like onto whoever was the nearest, and there's kind of like, if you've gone, wait, stop, it's kind of stopped and is looking at you like they're not entirely convinced, but they're like here to maybe hear out what you might be saying next.
So I turn around. See, they don't want to do us wrong. You don't always have to fight. You can just find the little sparkles of joy in their hearts. That's all we need.
I mean, that's super moving or whatever, but also like, I don't know. I feel like you're like
Really?
They pushed me onto a roller coaster.
Yeah,
But
they wanted you to have fun.
Yeah, to be honest, like you went in danger because you got like the clip on that like stuck. You know, this was if you just waited, you probably just did your round and then came back to the beginning. I mean, it was kind of like you weren't in danger. So yeah, it would be Ghost. You're not bad. You just wanted us to have a fun time, right? So I can respect that.
Pain.
See, Jem, you should let go of your rage. It's hurting you more than anyone else. You could have had a fun ride here.
You can punch someone later.
Okay, yeah, that can.
The ghost is still kind of like hovering around, like it's not quite sure
Mr.
what
Ghost,
it's doing.
Are you doing this because of the Serpent Royal?
The ghost nods their ghostly head.
Okay.
Do
Well,
you? Yeah,
So,
Mara.
No, you can talk.
Do you want us to punch the snake lady
oh,
and
no.
end her evil reign upon you?
The ghost looks a bit like conflicted, like it's not entirely sure. Like maybe you could try to convince the ghost that that's a good course of action. Like it's just, just a bit like.
Yeah. I try to present Gem like here you go. This very handsome person could punch the snake lady for you, and that would end all your trouble. I am very sure about that.
I'm great at punching.
Believe us with the glitter birds.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jem is great at punching. Absolutely.
Nice. It sounds like we had some backing there from Sage and Gem. So could I get you both to roll me a we can do this together?
Okay.
Okay.
Can I say it's physical because I was promising to punch? I'm okay with not doing physical if you don't want me to.
I feel like
You-
this
you-
is an emotional one because there was
Cool.
much like hand signaling and
Oh, I rolled a 5 in total, but I did give them +2 by touching the heart of the ghost.
you
So,
had was it
so I give
uh,
+2 to team members to actions against the target. Is this ghost now an action also trying to convince them, or
team
them?
members gain +2. Yeah, I'd say. Do you know what? I'd say because of the +2, we'll void the 5 because I already forgot about that. My bad. Because I'll take the better outcome. And 7.
I got a 7. So you get +1, Vinny, but I put myself in danger. I think that maybe the way that works, if it's okay with you, Kat, is like I kind of get run forwards on the kind of tracks of the roller coaster, but like I slip a little bit, like I nearly kind of fall off the edge of the top of the loop, and then I stop, and then I'm like try to look cool, but I'm kind of in a precarious position.
Yeah,
close
I
to
think-
the ghost.
I think you're right. I think you just being on the edge makes the most sense in that. Cool. So, yeah, please, Cassidy, roll a plus emotional to convince the ghost with a +3.
Okay. +3. I get 1 from Gem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, 1 from Gem and 2 from Sage.
The touch your
Okay, so with a +3, so I have a +5 because I'm good at convincing somebody, and I have +1 in emotional.
Yeah.
So it's 14.
14. Whoa.
He really wants us to punch someone.
Good man.
We just got a new series regular. Fan favorite.
You've put a very compelling argument about punching the snake lady.
Gem is
So,
very good at it.
we have Gem, and Gem can punch.
That's the only argument. Like that's what do we need.
Yeah. The ghost is convinced. The ghost thinks to itself in its head, you don't really hear this, but the ghost thinks, yeah, why am I working with the Snake Queen? She is mean, and she does need to be punched. And so the ghost kind of like disappears from the roller coaster as you're left on the track, and then at the bottom of the roller coaster you see some of the carts that had been disappearing during the night reappear. They reappear onto the track, and all of the people that were inside them, like Penguin Queen, who donated back then, and Laurie. I think Laurie was in the Laurie was back with Penguin Queen. They are saved as they like kind of exit at the bottom, and you've managed to like ease one of the 3 spirits that have been set loose in the theme park. Well done.
I turn towards Jem. Oh, I guess you were right. When I see all those cards appear, I guess you were right. You were in peril. I'm sorry. And Amara, you can punch too, probably. It's not only Jem who can punch later. I'm sure you will be included in the punching if you really want to.
Yeah,
like in a weird way, Amara is kinda happy she's included in something. She doesn't really know if she's okay with specifically punching, but she's like, it's kind of nice to be included.
Okay. So we made progress. Not only did we save people, but also as a team. Well done.
Yeah.
I'm really glad.
Now we only need to get down.
Can I, if it's okay, Kat, if this is too much shenanigans, no worries. But since I'm assuming that we're not in direct combat anymore, can I just make an ice ramp for us to slide down from the roller coaster like a because I just think that would be
ice
cool.
ramp or ice cream ramp?
No, because then we'll sink into the ice cream. We'll drown in ice cream.
Amara goes lost
Right.
if there's an ice ramp. Amara goes
I was
lost.
gonna say, if there's an ice ramp, Amara, because she's fire and she can at least control a little bit of it, she goes front just to lightly melt it and make it a little bit wetter. So it actually is easier to slide instead of people getting some ice burns while they go.
And while you do that, I brush my olive branches over the ice, like they do in curling, right behind you.
Yeah, I try not to show it, but I have so much fun. It's like, wow.
Yeah, that sounds great. You get down, it's a lot of fun. Almost as fun as the actual roller coaster was when it wasn't haunted. And yeah, everybody cheers. They're so happy to be saved. But it seems like there's 2 locations that's still in peril, and that would be the haunted house or the dreaded hedge maze. So where are our amazing heroes going to be heading next?
Well, I'm guessing we've shown we're a team. We're really a team, so we can take on anything. Where shall we go next?
We can take on the maze.
Yeah.
We can take the maze. Of course we can. Let's do it.
Yeah, and keep the haunted thing for last, because that's not because I don't want to go, but it's just, yeah, go.
There's nothing stronger in the world than friendship like ours. Let's go. Lead away.
We need the narrator now. Little did they know this was their last mission.
No, I'm sure it will be fine. From that endeavor, because of I don't know if you were keeping track of your PowerPoints, but Cassidy, you would have earned a PowerPoint from your help, Gem's help, I believe. So just mark that on your sheet. And you guys all head over to the hedge maze.
Dun dun dun.
You go back over there. Now, you guys I don't know. I feel like saying you solved it before is a little bit generous. You guys were here before. It didn't go very well. It put a lot of strain on your relationship. So there's a lot of like pressure that you all feel.
I want to grab Amara and kind of like, I mean, not physically grab, but kind of like gesture at her to like come stand to the side with me a little bit away from specifically Sage. I don't know if Amara like comes, but like Gem's like, over here. Jogo, are you there? No.
Froze up. Froze
Uh-oh.
up. So, while you're doing that, I'm talking to Cassidy. It will be okay this time around. No one will get hurt.
Oh,
We'll be fine, Cassidy.
I can. Yeah, I can. It's like who said I can? I mean, the last time was completely fine. I didn't cry at all. No,
of course
cried? Not me.
No, I know you.
I wasn't.
You've conquered all the gloom in your heart.
Strange.
I believe I'm back.
Yeah, there you are.
I don't know
back.
why this happened, but I'm back.
So while Sage is giving Cassidy like the pep talk and Cassidy is denying having cried, I think Gem pulls Amara to the side and is like, okay, so Sage is gonna hate this plan, but you have fire powers. I say we just set the maze on fire. Because if there's no maze, then we can't get lost.
We don't need a nuclear option.
No, I specifically said I set this away from Sage. I'm not letting Sage know this.
Amara will look at Gem and just be like, are you sure they can't see us? And just like looks behind and sees if anybody's looking. And the moment she realizes nobody is, she just says, just keep them busy. And she just, like little M just starts regurgitating a little fire sword, and she just pulls it very, very slowly without anybody noticing, being very afraid because of the light that's clearly emanating from a fire sword. Pulls it out and just starts hacking away. She just turns on the fire wings and just goes almost like in a straight line.
Just through the maze.
And before anybody notices, she comes back, bumps on Gem, and just goes, hey guys, the maze seems to be a bit shorter than it was when we came last.
Made a shortcut. Straight through.
I've seen this happen, and my shoulders dropped a little. Like oh no.
Oh.
I'm visibly relieved. It's like,
Yeah. I mean, you're not entirely sure what happened, Sage. You were like looking, you were giving Cassidy a pep talk, and it seemed to be going really well. And you turn around, and then the maze has got like a straight line. It's perfect.
I know those two.
I'm petting Sage on the shoulder. It's like, that's probably the ghosts doing, right? I mean, we have to stop it. It probably is. Is it fire? No. That's it. Probably the ghost. We should stop it, Sage. That's
probably the ghost.
Dangerous.
Yes.
I mean,
See, all the hedge is blackened, and that's probably like ectoplasm or something. You know, like it's like eldritch goo. Like Cassidy, I know that you know all about like spooky stuff. Like this is probably.
Yeah, definitely something to do with ghost or something. Like, not fire. Not fire.
I mean,
no.
What kind of monster would destroy that horrible hedge maze in which we had one of our worst experiences as a friend group? I mean, I don't know why anyone would want to do that. Like,
Amara tried hiding it away, but you can kind of see on a little bit of her outfit, there's a little bit of a leaf or something that she just like burns away as she says, "Who would do that?"
Cool. Yeah, well, you guys can go through that maze without any sort of hindrance now, because it is no longer a maze.
We solved it.
We beat the hedge maze.
Which is good, because we only have an hour left, so.
You go through as you kind of remain vigilant and look around, and you all look out and you see kind of coming out of the hedge maze, like a little kind of like shambling leaf zombie just kind of come out of one of the hedges and just kind of like starts to kind of shuffle towards you all, kind of looking like it wants to pull you into the hedge maze. What do you want to do?
Can I just grab Sage and show her something on the other side while I look at Amara and like, you know?
I think I'm a little down, and I'm slowly walking towards them. So you have some time.
Yeah, I'm just
I'm
getting on your shoulder. Amara, see, I know sometimes it's hard, but life gets you down. And sometimes you just have to look at the bright side.
I know. I just didn't think it
might
happen to me.
Well, you see, we are there for you. Yeah, that's a good thing. We are still your friends, like I am, probably. Yeah, I am your friend.
Yes.
See, and I'm looking behind me like, and yeah.
As Cassidy distracts the pacifist of the group, what are the two characters with weapons doing?
the pugilists.
So we saw like a little. Is the ghost just a normal ghost that we're seeing?
It's like a leaf shambling mound zombie, so it's kind of like the ghost, but flavored for the maze. You know, like it looks like it's coming out and it wants to drag you into the maze. Yeah.
Oh no.
Jam, I don't know if it's possible, but Amara is starting to feel a bit bad of hitting stuff. She just looks at Jam. Jam, can you make yourself some ice gloves?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I don't know if you play Pokemon, it's this really cool game, but like ice is super effective against grass. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
as soon as if you make any ice gloves, like really strong ice gloves, Amara, just like without you even requesting, puts the fire sword in your hand and says, I feel like you're gonna be better with this. Just lets you go.
whoa!
Gem, you get to wield the fire sword.
Yeah, no, Gem has like a whole. Gem will remember this. Like, I think they're like reevaluating their entire relationship with Amara, but right now they're like holding the fire sword. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, can I?
Eyes like dilate, like. Whoa.
It's like just like a kid on too much sugar. Like Gem is just like and like runs forward with the sword to attack. Please, can I do a clash roll?
Absolutely. The shambling zombie will like attempt to kind of claw at you as you clash.
Okay.
Poor zombie.
And does
it doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that. We've seen how I've been rolling this game.
That's true.
Stands a good chance, to be honest.
Do I add anything for the flaming sword or for Amara's help?
I think Amara should roll a physical. We can do this together because it's sword and sword.
The better it is.
It's just 2d6, which is a 7.
Hey!
Not too
Excellent.
shabby.
You can have. Ooh.
Just because I think I don't know, because Gem is competitive with Amara, but Amara is on cooperative, so
Yes.
it should be the normal give your target +1 to the next roll, but I'm putting myself in danger. So
Yes.
I feel like I just didn't get too far away from the sword.
Yeah, I think that maybe you're now unarmed, so maybe the shambling zombie has seen that and is heading towards you specifically. Like, that's the one without the weapon, I'll grab them. So it's about to grab you, and then Gem can come in and
so stressed.
you go with the clash. You get a +1.
Okay, I got a 9, and yes, I do damage equal to my weapon or my physical stat.
So with the sword, that would be 4 points of damage.
Wow. And also I have the ability Overwhelming Strength, which says when you clash with someone, pick 2 but do plenty of collateral damage, which feels like very relevant in this moment with my fire sword in a hedge maze. I'm
What
gonna...
maze?
It's a mushroom cloud at this point in time.
We're the reason that the maze never comes back to this town. It's just like an urban legend. I cause significant collateral damage, but choose 2. So
The maze just goes up.
I will suffer less harm, please. I don't know how much harm it's going to do to me, but so that's -1 harm, and then I'm gonna give +1 forward to Amara. I think like Jem is like genuinely very, 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 very deeply touched by this and has no idea how to handle that. But I think like he sees that she's put herself in danger by doing this, so he like lifts the sword over his head, swings it around in a great big sweep, sets all the hedges on fire. But then kind of gets between the zombie and Amara and kind of like hides Amara from view so that she kind of has an advantage on whatever she wants to do.
Excellent. Well, the shambling man will try to strike you, but as you've taken -1 harm, you kind of parry it with your sword, and you take no damage. As it goes up in a fiery blaze, as does the entire maze. You and like Sage, you and Cassidy were having like a heart-to-heart. Cassidy was like, "Yeah, wait, I'm here for you." And you're like, "Yeah, maybe things are gonna go like good," and then the maze just is consumed by fire.
Oh no, what does the ghost do now? Oh.
You just hear distant cackling from Jem that's just completely unhinged.
What an evil laugh for a ghost.
If Sage doesn't figure out what happened, Amara will go to Jem and just like before Sage actually sees Jem with the sword, she just goes, "Sorry, you'll get it back soon," and like grabs it very slowly, trying not to make her upset.
I'm gonna like let you take it, and I think that probably Jem is gonna like let you take it and then kind of like meet your eyes for a second and give you like a quite rare and kind of slightly awkward, slightly nerdy, like little like small like smile and be like, "That was pretty cool." So you know, like just it's like you. I mean, I guess you're pretty cool.
Sorry.
I was gonna say Amara is just like burning of like so much happiness, where she's like, oh my god, and she's just looking around excitingly, hoping for the next moment we can do something.
Then after you guys share that heartwarming moment, kind of like out of the fire in like these like mystical ghost portals, you see like all of the people who were spirited away in the Hest Mage just kind of be freed. So that's people like Anna and Sari and D8 Dungeon, who just really generously donated £78.70. Thank you very much. They all are freed from this hedge maze that they were kidnapped.
They are not on fire, I hope.
They are not on fire. They are coming out of ghostly portals. It's totally cool.
I come running towards Amara and Jem. First, I look a little distressed, and then my facial expression changes a little, and then I get worried a little. And you see my eyes looking towards my friends, and I'm coming up next to them, and I'm asking them, "Are you both all right? There's nothing. You aren't hurt, yes? Okay.
We are good. You know,
Yes.
like, I mean, not being funny, but basically we nailed, like we completely defeated this maze. Like I'm just saying, like we're basically like the kings of Halloween now. Like we are like the people, we're like the best people in this theme park. Like in Thrill Park's Fright Night event, we are gonna go down in school history as the coolest kids who ever attended this event. I'm just saying.
But Jem, we can't tell anyone about our secret identities. You forgot. Like we can't tell anyone this
is true, but I am going to be searching #glitterbirds on like all the social media platforms tomorrow for when everyone's talking about how cool the glitterbirds are, and we'll know like
how much Team Glitterbirds restored order to the donations and the chat.
Yes.
I'm almost there. Wait.
Yeah, we'll have it by the end. And so
I've
there's
been practicing that like on the bottom of the camera for the last like 5 minutes.
So there's one stop left. Shall we go to the haunted house? We have it in us.
I put a hand on Amara. I like, you can do this. I believe in you.
Wait, what's happening? What?
and Jem is gonna come up on Amara's other side, and Jem is gonna like elbow Amara, but like gently, and kind of like grin at her. And I think like in their transformation, they're like tall and buff, and they're gonna be like, yeah, like I've got your back or whatever.
But this is the great moment in the TV show where all of a sudden we're actually like the true team has built it. So
okay.
cool.
So
you all
shall
head to
we?
the spooky haunted house. Last place with little light. People were in danger. You get there once again. It seems like nobody's around. They're probably similar thing, been spirited away. And it's like, it's a little like a haunted house attraction where it looks like a decrepit old house on the outside, and you go in and it's just low lighting, and you can just hear like the recorded sounds of like just creepy laughter and doors creaking, and it's very spooky. It's very spooky, and you all go through this, and you might need to keep your wits about you.
Oh.
May I have a persona test from all of you as you go into this very spooky, very stressful environment?
I rolled a 7 in total.
Excellent.
I rolled a 12.
Mara! Whoa!
Excellent.
My friends
Mara's
are
high.
really
Oh,
good
yes.
to me.
Okay.
I really didn't want to go in there.
You
I
did not.
haven't rolled yet. Hang on.
Okay.
Sorry. I was
Yeah.
a bit. Okay, I got a 9.
Awesome. Amara, you are usually the anxious little bean of this group, but after everything you've been through with your teammates today, you are fired up, and you aren't gonna let some spooks keep you down. Jem and Sage, you are holding fast, but it is spooky, and it is starting to like creep you out a little bit. You don't really notice that Cassidy is not having a good time. Cassidy, you just want to kind of get in and out of this place.
Yeah.
It's freaking you out, so you kind of you rush on ahead.
And you see around me, I involuntarily I puff out shadow clouds all around me. I look really scary, like this outline of a person in dark shadowy clouds, and yeah, I'm really scared. It's like
you rush on ahead and you enter first by yourself. You go into the last room, which is this incredibly big hall of mirrors. as you catch possibly the scariest thing in this place
My own
yourself.
reflection.
And you're like, oh no! As you try and navigate another maze, only this one's not made of leaves. And as you
ourselves.
and as you navigate it, every time you kind of like you feel like you catch a glimpse of something like green in the corner of your eye, but when you turn your head, it's like gone, and you feel like there's something else in here with you. What would you like to do?
Hey Duff, that's funny with your plant stuff. That's really funny. But you can stop now.
What? I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing here.
Yeah, okay. I'm using my shadow to obstruct the mirrors. Like I'm really concentrating hard, and with a puff of and a thump, shadowy clouds disperse from all around me and fog up the glass.
Excellent. So
At
you
least
stop.
I will try to do it.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a thing. That sounds perfect. You fog up the mirrors so that they can't spook you anymore. When the rest of you kind of catch up, you notice that like all of the mirrors have got like this purple sheen to them, like they've been covered in shadow.
This?
Yeah, and I'm down on the ground in a corner, huddling, like, okay, everything's all right.
Did we notice this immediately, or
Yeah,
that Cassidy stayed behind? I was imagining Amara is walking in front, and Jem
I imagine
and
that
I behind?
Cassidy went ahead because she was super scared.
Yeah.
And then you guys would have all caught up, so Mara maybe first, and then the two of you very shortly after, so you'd all be together.
As soon as I see Cassidy sitting down and like not having a good time, Jem's immediately gonna go over and crouch down in front of them and be like, hey, whoa,
I'm not
whoa.
crying. It's okay. I don't cry.
No, it's my water powers. Like I'm making it rain, and like that's what's going on. And I just like make like kind of droplets of water appear around us, and like as I do, I just kind of like hold onto Cassidy's shoulders and I'm like, hey,
It's fine.
listen. Real metalheads, we're in this together.
Yeah,
You got me.
Okay, you punch things, right? You can punch all the green stuff.
I can punch anything. What
Okay.
green stuff?
And as you ask that question, what green stuff, your purple smoke is kind of like taken over by this green smoke as all the mirrors kind of all fog up with this green. And then eventually the green smoke comes down, and in every single mirror you see the visage of the Snake Queen as she laughs at you all.
Oh no!
As you're just
Snake lady.
the Snake Queen! I am a queen!
The herpetological monarch. I learned that word from Sage.
The serpent empress.
Can I ask something? The condition of Cassidy, is it really a condition? Is Cassidy really afraid now? Are they afraid? Or?
No, it was it's there isn't a tag on
Okay,
Cassidy.
yeah, okay, cool. Okay, it's okay. I
As
do nothing.
as the Snake Queen, from all of her mirrors, one of the snakes from pretty much like different mirrors of her hair kind of jut out and come into reality, and each attack a single one of you.
Oh.
As you all have to dart out of the way quickly. You're all gonna need to make me that roll again. The thwart peril, or perhaps protect someone,
I
or
was gonna
clash,
say, could
depending
I-
on. Go on.
Yeah, could I please protect someone? Could I protect Cassidy? Because I think that's probably what Jem would be wanting to do in this situation, seeing Cassidy so frightened and trying to calm them down. Like as soon as the snakes come out, I think Jem's gonna immediately try to protect them, even if it means that Jem himself will get hurt.
Yeah. Please, can you roll me a protect someone roll, which is plus persona?
I keep doing the commands wrong. Sorry. It's because I'm
The tension it builds.
yes.
That's why I created macros for them, so I don't need to type it.
Oh, I got a 7.
You got a 7.
Bad.
On a
So
7,
close.
you can choose one of the options. You can either redirect the attack to yourself, you can half the damage of the attack, you can put the attacker in a bad position, giving an ally a +1 forward or against the attack, or you can deal damage back to the attacker equal to your physical rating.
I think as much as I want to deal damage to the attacker, like genuinely my priority right now is just protecting Cassidy, so I'm gonna take the attack myself, please.
No. You stand in the way of the attack coming towards Cassidy as the snake kind of leaps forward and takes a little bite out of you. Please take 2 points of damage as the snake bites you.
No, Gem.
Quick
No, it's
thing.
completely cool. Don't worry about it. This is gonna be a 6 scar.
At the same time, there is a snake coming for Amara and a snake coming for Sage. Amara, what would you like to do? Would you like to
I
try
was
to
gonna
go
I
for
was
it?
gonna ask is because did Gem already take both her snake and Cassidy's snake?
Currently, just Cassidy's snake.
Yeah, because I know that one of my abilities is to essentially have my fiery spirit around me, which means I would take 1 less damage from the result. So is there any way to kind of try to be as close to most people and use my intensity to just get hit myself, essentially?
So you want to try and protect
from the last 3 that
the
are
last 3.
lightning.
You want to try and use the power of M to protect everyone.
Yeah, essentially like probably redirecting it mostly to me as I can take 1 less damage than everybody else.
Okay, sure. Please, can you roll me a protect someone check? That is plus persona.
Nice.
6. 11.
11.
And I do not believe I have any PowerPoint, so it's only 11.
Only 11 is fantastic. Anything above 10 is always fantastic. You can pick 2. So you can redirect the attack to yourself, half the damage of the attack, put the attacker in a bad position, giving an ally a +1 to an attack, or you can deal damage back equal to your physical rating.
So because the snakes are still there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to redirect their attack to me
Mm-hmm.
and deal damage back to them right after.
Cool. So the rule that it mentions in the back of the book, and I'm it's kind of the GM's discretion I'm going with. I believe your physical stat is 0. I'm going with everything does at least 1 point of damage, like whether you have 0 or -1. So you redirect like the 3 snakes that were remaining coming in for everyone. You step in front and your fiery, intense aura directs the snakes towards you as they all take a bite out of you. So you would take 6 points of damage, but because you take 1 less for each attack, you would take 3 points of damage from that. But you also manage to attack back and do 1 point of damage to each of those snakes. As you hear the Snake Queen kind of like recoil from that and just like you dare to strike me?
Sorry, Snake Lady.
Can I try to grab
Don't
the
apologize
snake?
to her.
What was it, Sage?
Can I try to grab the snake that attacked, that took a bite out of Gem? Can I try to grab that snake and tell biting is wrong, bad snake, and use and slap it or something? Yeah, I'm just going to slap it.
Just so you want to
on the head,
clash?
like bad snake. Yeah, I'm going to clash. Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's physical, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have much physical. I rolled a 7.
7. That's a good on a 7. You both do damage to each other, so you slap the snake and it tries to give you a little bite. You do damage equal to your the physical stat. So is that 0 or?
Yeah, that's 0. Yeah.
Yep. So you'll do 1 point of damage, and and you will take 2 points of damage as the snake bites you back, but you give it a good bop, like either a slap or maybe you hit it with an olive branch in a weird kind of irony where you're just like, don't hit people.
Don't bite, bad snake. And then I hit it with an olive branch. Like I'm blessing it or whatever. You managed to catch it on the recoil as it like comes back in, and she doesn't like that. The Snake Queen is not very happy with that. It seems like you are in the midst of the final showdown with her, as she all of the reflections in the mirror after you've done some damage to her converge into a single image in one mirror, and she steps out of it to face you all. What would you like to do, Gem?
I would like to I want to clash, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do all eyes on me first, but I think probably let's just go with a clash. So please can I fight the scaly princess?
Yes, you can clash. Please describe how you are clashing.
And this time I'm gonna get my water whip out. And I'm gonna kind of pull it from my belt, and I imagine that it's normally just a handle, but when I like pull it out, like a water whip kind of appears.
Nice.
And I'm gonna like try to strike it forwards and see what happens. So let's see.
Yes, please give me a clash roll.
Okay. That
12.
is a 12. Yes.
Now they're coming.
Yes.
12 is
Save them out for the
that.
final showdown.
This is probably the best way around it.
Yeah, of course.
On a 12, you get to choose an enhanced effect.
Yes.
So you can choose between all magical heroes get +1 forward, you suffer no damage, you inflict double damage, or you force the enemy to flee.
Oh, well, I mean, we've still got half an hour left, so I'm gonna, I think probably, and also, Kat, just a rule question. My overwhelming strength says that when I clash with someone, choose 2 options but cause significant collateral damage. Do I still get those 2 options, or do you want me to take the enhanced effect instead of those as well?
I would say if you would prefer to do like as if you rolled a 10+, you have that option. So basically you can either take an enhanced effect or you could take the 10+, so you would have multiple things to choose.
That seems extremely fair to me. Okay, in that case, so my water whip is close and wounding, so it does 2 base damage. And because I have the tag frost, my attacks take this restrain tag. So what I want to do is whip my whip forwards, hit her with the whip, and as the whip wraps around her, I want it to freeze solid and kind of like tie her up essentially. And therefore give all of my allies +1 forward, because I think that normally Jem would just want to do some smashing, but today he has been reminded of the power of teamwork, and so he kind of like hits the whip forward, freezes everyone, and I think looks at Amara and goes, Amara, you've got this.
Oh, well, Amara, you've been set up. The Snake Queen is the frozen in place. She's just like, how dare you? And she is right there for you to get in and do your stuff.
So Amara will clearly pull out the sword and try and because I feel like the clash is the only thing she could really go for, as she doesn't have many more abilities. And she's just gonna roll for clash, I'm guessing. Trying to see if there's any other of the moves that would make sense, but I do not believe there are.
If you're attacking, it will most definitely be a clash. You can go forward and attack the Snake Queen. And please roll me a plus physical +1 from Gems plus forward.
9. So I just go and I go, I'm sorry, lizard mistress.
Amazing.
And for the clash with a 9, It's just we both do damage to each other.
Yeah, you both do damage, but I'm gonna say because she was restrained, she does have snake hair. That is true. She was
I would
restrained.
imagine she would still bite me with
Yeah,
her snake
her snakes
hair.
will give you a little bite. That is another 2 points of damage. But you do, I think it's 2 points of damage to her with your amazing fire sword. And she is looking not looking good. She looks like maybe that she's thinking about fleeing. I'm gonna say maybe we've got one more maybe she's got like one more hit in her, and there's like one person who hasn't really interacted with the Snake Queen yet, and maybe we'll see what the dice say. Maybe Cassidy, Gloomy Glitter could take us home.
I'm all huddled in the corner. It's like that was scary. It was probably the most scariest thing I have lived through in my life as Gloomy Glitter, and seeing my friends like stand up for me, seeing Gem getting back, like letting other people do the punching. It's a completely new experience. Even Sage like heard something, which is wow, and Amara stepping up to the kid. I wrap myself up, stand up, put my hands out, and say, "Stop hurting my friends, you snake lady, and take a taste of your own medicine." And then I put my hands out, and out from my hands shoot dark, shadowy snakes at her.
Ah, I like it. That's very cool. Cool. So are you using you're using your clash but with your manifest shadows?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
can you so roll a clash with a +1. Oh, +2 because of gems.
Yeah.
Plus forward.
To all heroes.
Can I use
Everyone
a
gets a
power?
+1.
Can I use a PowerPoint?
If you'd like to
thing?
use PowerPoint to give you a further plus, yep, you can indeed.
Thank you. That's a 12.
That's a
like-
12. That is a crit. You can take a enhanced effect, which can be either like all magical heroes get +1 forward, you suffer no damage, inflict double damage, or you force
I
the
would
enemy
say
to flee.
Double damage. That's
Double
like,
damage.
It's like, get wrecked.
Just before, as you're firing snakes, some of her snakes go off at you, and you take 2 points of damage. But your snakes are very overwhelming, and she just gets absorbed by the purple shadows that is Gloomy Glitter's power, and she just lets out a no.
You're being sent to the Shadow Realm.
As she is absorbed by shadows and kind of like sinks into the floor, as she is, as you say, sent to the Shadow Realm, back where she belongs.
Before she fully disappears, Amara just wants to yell, "Gem, you need to punch her one time!"
Run
We
forwards.
promised the goat.
I see Gauntlet over my fist, run forwards and just like whack.
As she is sinking, you give her a very unceremonious thwack to the face.
Somewhere a ghost says thank you in the background.
A ghost somewhere is very appeased.
Glitter butts, glitter butts, glitter butts. Yes.
See, it's never too late to be.
As the dark clouds that have been there ever since she's revealed herself come out from the entirety of Thrill Park, you find your way out of the mirror maze, and you can see like other people who had been spirited away, like Tempest, who donated 46.66, thank you very much, and Cray and Josh, who have also donated. They are freed from being spirited away, and it looks like all of the negative energy that had descended upon Thrill World has been lifted when finally the last people who kind of come out of the mirrors and the maze and the pumpkin teacups are all of the staff members. All of the staff members have mysteriously vanished. They have come back. They are no longer under the Snake Queen's control, as you have restored balance, and everybody is super grateful to the awesome powers that is the Glitterbirds.
Glitterbirds.
Glitterbirds, let your heart take flight. But congratulations, guys, you have done it and you have saved the day. And that, would you anyone like to say any final words as you revel
Yes.
in your victory? Take it away, Sage.
See, we've changed people's lives because we dare to change ourselves. We truly are the best friends ever.
We are, and I believe that there's only one way to end this. And Amara will just look at the ice cream man who is finally there. And be like, shall
Oh my
we?
god.
You are reading my
yes.
mind.
And we all go to the ice cream vendor and all take an ice cream there.
Still
It's like
branded
Yeah,
by
you get
our magical
as
fantasy.
much ice cream as you can eat on the house. And yeah, we pan up from there and the credits start rolling. And thank you very much, everyone. That was fantastic. I hope everybody in chat has enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Gosh, we're so close. We're so close to 1K. That's incredible. Oh, thank you. It's so close. Thank you so much. I'm going to just move us back onto the group picture now. Yeah, so before we completely wrap up, we'll maybe just go through who we are again and just remind you. I am Kat, aka Dungeon Delves. I make tabletop related comics on the internet. You can find me on Twitter at Delves Daily, or Instagram at Dungeon Delves, or on Twitch at Dungeon Delves, where I stream animation or art projects like making the Be Right Back screens that you see in all of the breaks here today. We'll go around again. We will start with Corb. Corb, please tell everyone who you are and where we can find you.
Yeah, I'm Corby. I'm known on the internet as Corboned. You can find me on my website, corboned.com, or on Twitter under the handle that should be over there or over there. I don't know. And yeah, I make adventures and other stuff, mostly adventures. And yeah, this was really fun. I am so glad I could participate in this. Kat, you were great. You were a great snake empress. Snake, I think.
Thank you.
and the hair was amazing, and I loved it. You all were really awesome.
Thank you. Next, Vinny.
Yeah, I'm Vinny. I'm to be found on Twitter. You can see my handle someplace on the screen, I guess. Well, that's basically it, because I'm not that special of a person.
You are very special. I
In my
very
own
much
way.
enjoyed. I enjoyed Sage. Thank you very much for being here. Diego.
So yeah, I'm Diogo. I do TTRPG art. And if you want to find me, as people said, I believe it's on this side. I kind of looked at the stream for a second to kind of get an idea. Yeah, and if you ever want to see some of my very, very fancy art, just pop on by.
Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Ella.
I'm Ella. I'm a game designer. You can find me on social media at GEJ What's Up There. I am currently crowdfunding a tower-inspired pastoral fantasy role-playing game about sailing a boat on a magical river called Upriver Downriver. And if you want to check that out, go to bit.ly/Upriver Downriver. Y'all have been so much fun to play with, and thank you, Kat, for being such an incredible GM. Oh, I had so much fun.
Thank you. I hope everyone in chat had so much fun. I hope we've spread some glitter into everybody's lives. And you know what it is with glitter? Once it's in your life, it's never going away. So enjoy that. Okay.
It'll sparkle all day.
Sparkle, yeah, the sparkle will take us into the night. Yeah, we've got some other fantastic things lined up, so stay tuned. But you have all been wonderful, and we are gonna head off now and let somebody else take over. So thank you for enjoying the stream, and we will see you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, hello. I guess it's time for me to be back. Welcome all who joined us during the Glitter Hearts game. Welcome all again who joined before. And it's I'm a bit overwhelmed by all the glitter. I also may or may not have taken a bit of a cuddle with my boyfriend in the meantime. So if I'm a little bit foggy, that's fine too, because we're gonna have a good time and we're gonna have a little bit of a chat before we come up to the next segment that we've got going on. After this, in about half an hour, you'll be able to enjoy what am I saying? It's not the behind the scenes interview. That's what I meant. The game design spotlight with Adam from Snyder's Return and Witch and Craft Games, introducing some of their own games, their horror game, 7 Roman numbers, Inner Demons, and some exciting upcoming new releases, as well as some advice for people who wish to get into game design and some other things like that. I have to ask my voice in the sky, Tempest, how are we on giveaways at the moment? Because I believe we passed 750, but I'm unsure if those have been done yet. And we're very, very, very close to 1,000. Okay. So, mods, could you remind me whether or not we've done the 750 yet? We are 25 pounds away.
Sorry that took so long. I am now only hearing.
We are 25 pounds away from 1,000 pounds. We had one of our players hop back in. Don't worry about it. It's all fine. And we still have our 750 pound giveaways to go. So how about I tell you what those are? I've told you a little bit about them before because they're really great. What you can win by joining the giveaway is a bag of coffee from Have Inspiration Coffee, which honestly, don't we all need it? I'm sure it's extremely good coffee. I haven't had it myself, but I've heard some raving reviews. And also a crocheted dice bag by Skywise. We see I'm hearing my camera has moved. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We're fixing. Oh, look. It's me. All fixed. So, wow. Thank you all so much for everyone who donated during this game. We've gone from last I saw you, we were just before 700, and now we're almost to 1,000. You guys are amazing. Give yourself a little pat on the back for raising that much money for mental health, because today we are raising money for Mind UK, a wonderful charity. I've talked a bit about them, but they're a relatively large charity based in the UK that raises money for mental health issues, for treatment, for offering a mental health helpline, and for helping to erase the stigma around mental health. So we've had a wild game full of animal hybrids this morning, and a game filled with glitter after that, which I think is very fitting. Now, those are the sparkly, the friendly, the child-friendly parts of Halloween. After this segment, we'll be going more into the spooky parts of Halloween, and the age restriction, well, the age advice for the games, the content will go a little bit up. Just so you're aware of that, should you have the stream on and you have little children with you, the age range for the upcoming parts is a little bit higher. Spook hour is not yet upon us, but shall be upon us very soon as the sun starts setting in the sky and darkness falls upon us on this Hallows Eve. However you celebrate, I hope you have a great day. I've asked it before, but we have a bunch of new people around. Hello, new people. Are you doing a costume? Did you do a costume this weekend? If so, what did you do? And also just, how's it going? Let us know. How are you feeling? Are you having a good day? Are you feeling it? Are you ready to take part in one of our giveaways? It's really easy. Once we get it started, you need to type !giveaway into the chat. Don't do it now, but do it when the giveaway gets started. And also, if you would... Oh, it is giveaway time! We are giving away the crochet dice bag and then coffee. Wow, Blue is so on timing today. Every time I start talking about the giveaway again, they've just like started the giveaway instantly, and thank you, Blue. Thank you for modding. And also, if you would like to, you could be the one to get us across 1,000 pounds raised for Mind. That would be pretty cool. I'm considering doing it myself, to be honest, because that would be a cool goal. But you know, I'm here, I'm just chatting with you for the 1,000 pound giveaway as the 750 pound giveaway is getting started, and you can all type !giveaway to the chat. If we reach that goal, which would be truly marvelous, we are giving away a Simbaroom PDF donated by Free League, and another exclusive Birbington poster made by our very own cat Dungeon Delves, who you just saw GMing for the Glitter Hearts game. She was our glitter master that you saw sparkling on the screen, and also had a beautiful Snake Lady costume on, which I believe was also the enemy for the one-shot. So yeah, it's man, a great many people have worked on this today, and we send great thanks to them for doing that, for spending their free time. We saw a little bit of an interview with a lot of our volunteers before. You can catch that on the VOD if you wish to. So thank them all for that. Send them some love. What you can do if you can't donate or don't want to, because that would be fine as well, you can actually help the stream. Wow, okay, I was looking at it, and we are very, very, very close to 1,000, so I'm just gonna go ahead and donate those last £5, because why not? and get us over there. I have an email address. I do. Now, you could be faster than I am. This is not a challenge. You don't need to donate anything. It's let's go team order. You know what? Let's go team order. I've been doing Team Chaos a lot today. Let's go team order. Oh, we're over already. It wasn't a challenge, but hey, apparently we're over. I'm still donating those £5. Did somebody say challenge? No. Ah, gosh darn it. My credit. How dare you take it away? No, just kidding. Wow. I'm just gonna sit back and deal with the amount on the screen right now. We are at 1,075 pounds. Wow. You are all amazing. Let me shout out some names here for getting us over the top. Wow. Dungeon Delves themselves, Carbone D for joy. Yes. Alex for Team Chaos. Thank you all so much. We are at 174.99. 1,074.99. I did challenge. I unintentionally challenged the chat. You know, all I really wanted was the credit and the eternal fame. But you know what? This is better. This is more money raised for a mental health charity. So all in all, stomps. Step 1, challenge. Step 2, go to donate. Step 3, ... Step 4, stonks. Wow. The Snake Queen always appears when you least expect it. Yep, exactly. Was that what you wrote while you donated? Because that is amazing. Okay, wow. Well, I guess on to the next goal, but that also means that we've unlocked our £1,000 giveaway of a Simba Room PDF, which is another TTRPG giveaway that we've got going for you, and also one of the 5 exclusive Sir BIRBINGTON posters designed by our very own Dungeon Delves, which, you know, you want that on your wall. Not to tell you what you want, but you definitely want that on your wall. Simba Room is a role-playing game, a spoopy role-playing game that has some amazing art. As I'm looking at it, it advertises itself as a fast-paced and flexible rule set for creating player characters and acting in the game world. The vast forest of Davokar is the setting where you hunt for treasures, lost wisdoms, and fame. So a little bit more low magic, it seems, exploration, history, geography, cultures, focusing on 4 wonderful settings that you can all find in the PDF if you win the giveaway. Or if you go and buy it and don't win the giveaway, you know, that's support small businesses while you're at it. Congratulations to you all for hitting the goal. Hey, Josh won the dice bag. Congratulations, Josh. Huzzah. That's amazing. And Cav Hunter 86 for winning the other giveaway, which I think is the coffee, or are we already on the 1,000 here? Coffee, dice bags, PDFs, posters, everything. Thank you, Free League, for donating that Simba Room PDF. I tried to give it a little feature. And, you know, I'm looking at a list here, and there's more amazing giveaways for today. So keep donating. Keep spreading the word. Grab your friends, grab your husbands, grab your wives, grab your significant others, grab your goldfish, and spread the word. This is a very, very fun event. The organization has been absolutely flawless from my perspective, but that's very easy for me to say because I haven't had to do a lot. I've just had to show up and do my best. But so many people behind the scenes work so hard to make this happen and to make this all look so amazing, to make the graphics so amazing, to make the planning so amazing. They are a mainly UK and EU team. because that's what Roll for Good is. Roll for Good was originally created from the UK and TTRPG Discord server that our wonderful Proopy Pants founded. If you saw the interview, then you saw them talk about that at a little bit more length. That's gotta get them goldfish viewers. Yes, exactly. I'm just looking at the chat. Get in touch when we're sorting giveaways out. Yeah. If you want a giveaway, you will be contacted via Twitch Whispers. So keep an eye on them, but if you don't get a message like right away, that's probably because we've got a lot going on today, and I wouldn't worry about that too much. Do you think we can get halfway to our goal before we get halfway through the day? Oh boy, that would be another like 30 minutes, 35 minutes, if we could get halfway through our goal. And how many more pounds would that be? Ooh, that's less than 200. We're less than 200 pounds away from getting halfway, because our ultimate end goal for today is 2,500 pounds, which is a high goal, but from what the May Roll for Good event taught us, and for what the amazing community has shown us, that would be, it is achievable, getting halfway. Also imagine, I can go to the other MC, Alex, and I can go, look at me. I got the first half done, now you only have to do the second half. Because this is actually my final exam, I think, for today. I'm pretty sure. After that, you'll be done with me. You don't have to see me anymore. Just kidding. The bar is set a bit high. Oh no, you'll be great. You'll be amazing. I saw a bit of your script, and folks, you've got something to prepare for with your next MC. It's gonna be great. I am going to talk a little bit more about mental health, because the speed is up, the hype is up today, and it's always good to take a little bit of a moment. That's also why we're here, to fill in the breaks a little bit, and I find it's always good to take a little bit of a moment to take a step back and think a little bit. We're not going to do any meditation or stuff, but have you had water in the past hour or two? Have you had a cup of water? Maybe you should go and get one. Have you been to the bathroom? Do you need to go? Have you had enough to eat today? Maybe you want to eat a piece of fruit, or a piece of bread, or maybe some candy. It is Halloween, after all. Or are you saving your candy for later tonight? Have you shimmied your shoulders a little bit? Are you sitting up straight? Is your face relaxed? Are you having a good time? We have also passed 250 followers. Yes, we did. We did that during the first game, which is amazing. Roll for Good only deserves more support, more hype. Can we get up to 1,100 though? Because we're 25 pounds away from that. I think we could do that. Feels like an achievable goal. I'm all for achievable goals. It is Sunday, so be sure to take a break for yourself today if you can. If Sunday is not your resting day, then of course feel free to ignore that advice. But be sure to take good care of yourself, and if there's ever a day where you can't, try to reach out and ask if someone else can take care of you, because more often than not, the people around you love you very much and will be more than happy to give you a little bit of a boost, or send you a nice message, or maybe even just a picture of a puppy or a funny meme. You can, what I've found works great for a lot of people is, if you are the kind of person, and I sometimes am, if you're doing really not well, to just not want to communicate with anyone, and not want to have to send a message to someone to ask for help, then you can agree on a code word, or even a code picture that you just have to send to someone, and you basically agree on kind of a protocol with them for hey, this message means I'm really not doing well and I need some support, and whatever you can give And some days, you know, they'll be able to come over and give you a pat on the back, or some days they'll be able to give you a call or give you a conversation or someone to have listened to you. Or, you know, I don't know, maybe order you some food to your house so that you don't have to go out. Or send you just nice puppy pictures or help you out. And if you are the kind of friend who loves giving people that, be sure to offer your friends some assistance. It is getting into winter, and a lot of people tend to like just be alone during the winter or just feel a little bit more lonely. So it's very important to, you know, be sure to, if you can and if you want to, reach out. I hear that our giveaway is ending, so if you want to enter, type !giveaway into the chat right now. Do it quickly. That is our £1,000 giveaway. The next giveaway will be staged at £1,250, where we will be giving away a sealed copy of the Blades in the Dark RPG donated by KDoc. And I'm just waiting to see who's won the giveaway. It's a very tense moment here. Who won the dice bag? I think that was Josh. We are currently giving away a copy of the Symbaroum PDF and a Birbington poster. Congratulations, Snowgirl15, on winning the giveaway. Our first of 2 giveaways that we're doing right now. Eve! No, it's not rigged, Josh. Come on. Nightbot said it. No one else. Nightbot is impartial. Completely. Congratulations, Neve. You win a copy of the Symbaroum giveaway, and congratulations, Lucky Dog, for winning a Birbington poster. Is that right? You are indeed a lucky dog this day, for you win a Sir Birbington poster, so lovingly designed by our very own Dungeon Delves. Yes. They are, like, if you see like how wonderful our graphics look, our graphics team has worked incredibly hard to get all that done, and that Sir Birbington is Kat's fault. Kat's personal fault, and they will not apologize, I've heard. Kat has designed some beautiful Birbington posters that will be handed out to some lucky winners. You are one of them, Lucky Dog. And you should not apologize, Kat. Burb is our Lord and Savior, yes. We all love our Sir Birbington. Going straight on my wall. You know what? That is the best place for Sir Birbington to be, observing you on your wall, or perhaps watching over you, like a good-natured mascot that he is. Our Burb, or is it they? It's a Sir. But what are Sir Birbington's pronouns? You know what? I got myself in a jiffy here. Anyway, who knows? We'll just leave it at that. It's a cartoon bird. It's fine. But yeah, with that little break, just some advice from little old me, who is just, you know, a student from the Netherlands. What do I know? But how you can support your friends with a little mental health break, a little mental health support. I try to always make my mental health assistances to other people, or assistance that other people can give to me, as low effort for the person who needs help to reach out as possible, because often when we're not doing so well, it's kind of scary. Imagine being a student from the Netherlands. Oh wait, yeah, you are too. Series use is gender neutral in the Starfleet. You know, whatever Sir Birbington wants them to be. Exactly. That are Sir Birbington's pronouns. All the pronouns. But yeah, I've had a great time hanging out here and talking to you. I'm still having a great time. That sounds like I'm leaving, but I'm not. You're still stuck with me for like another 10 minutes. I was actually like, I'll be a little honest here. I was super nervous this morning to come on because I haven't streamed since August. A little bit self-imposed, but I keep like wanting to like get back into it, and I never did. I meant to do one this week to get the nervousness out, but I didn't. So this is my first like back on stream moment for a long time, and I'm honestly really glad it's with you. but I think it's also good to be honest about like, wow, I might like have all my makeup on and like have a nice blazer on, but really this is just my functioning person costume. Oh, thank you so much. No, you're being supportive. You're gonna make me cry. Let's not. No, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for your lovely comments. I just think it's stuff like that is good to share because it makes it more real. And we're doing a fundraiser for a mental health charity. So it's good to sometimes be a little bit real. Laura, chaos or order? See, here's the thing. My brand is chaotic lawful. So both? I've been donating back and forth between both. I have been donating consistently, well, almost consistently, amounts that end with 0.69 cents or make the donated amount 0.69 because I thought it was funny. And that's really immature of me. But it's just a little bit of chaos I'm injecting into the day. Is that malicious compliance? A little bit. Chaotic lawful is whatever I want it to be in my own brand, I guess. That's what we do. I am a law student, so yep. But I mean, we've raised a lot of money for a really good cause today so far. But you know what? We can raise more with the next 2 games. Just keep inviting people over. Keep sending the link to people and being like, hey, you should watch this. Do it. Come over if you like TTRPGs. And if you don't, this might make you like TTRPGs. Because Poopy Pants themselves are DMing next. So maybe that could be the convincing move. For some people who are still on the fence, they're playing some Beam Saber, which genuinely sounds so cool. You should definitely stick around or invite people to check it out if you wish to. After the Beam Saber game, we have a solo TTRPG playthrough of The Wretched, which personally, solo TTRPGs always fascinate me because I've never really delved into them, but it sounds like such a fun thing to do on stream or just yourself to have a little bit of a fun time when you have time left. And last but not least, we have a D&D 5th edition game coming up, which is age-rated 18 because it will be very spoopy. It will be a little bit spookier. There will be some horror elements. What time is Proopy's game? Proopy's game shall be here at 5 p.m. British time, which is 6 p.m. for me, which is in about 50 minutes. Not 15, 50. Chat is also already provided you with that information. But you know what would be awesome? If we hit some donation goals during Proopy's game. Like 1,250 or 1,500. Can we get there? Can we get to more giveaways? The upcoming giveaways are some really cool TTRPGs. And you know, if you're really good, we have another crochet dice bag coming up in the future. So be sure to share the event or even share the dono link and just talk about it because, you know, yes. The next giveaway, I hear from my voice from above, is a Blades in the Dark hard copy, which means that you will get a TTRPG sent to your home, which is so cool. Like, just do that. Donate, take part in our giveaways, just hang out. Whatever you want to do is the right thing to do in this case, unless it's something that's not nice, because kindness is key. We had our Kindness King Wilbo on earlier today, but it's important to be kind. I think everyone who is here knows that deep in their heart and also carries that out into the world. But that doesn't mean it shouldn't be said. Exactly, Tal says it. Inside kindness, inside chaos. That seems a great way to go through the day. I hope that everyone is having a great time today, because you've all been so supportive to everyone who's passed over your screens, and that's a lovely, lovely thing. There's so much love in this community. If you want to like engage in it some more, you can join the Discord server that exists and which this event was birthed from the Discord server, which is a UK and EU TTRPG community where you could find some games, find some folks, find some friends. As our mods have posted the link in our Discord, it's I've had a great time today. I had a great time. I had to get up early in the morning. That barely mattered, and that's something because I don't like getting up early. But I had a wonderful time jumping in suddenly on the Overgrown game, which was very, very fun. You should check that out. If you missed it this morning, you should check out the VOD. Thank you all so much for having me along, for chatting with me, for being here, for taking part in this wonderful event. After this next part, Alex will take over for me. He will be leading you through the rest of the night. We've got a bunch more hours of TTRPG goodness to go. No, you've been amazing. Thank you all so much. Up next, as I said before, we have an interview with Adam from Snyder's Return and Witch and Craft Games, another friend of a lot of people who have taken part in this event, talking about their projects, including Horror Game 7, Inner Demons, I can talk, and some exciting upcoming new releases, along with tips and advice for anyone wanting to get into game design themselves. And it's, you're all being so nice. Just stop, it's fine. Thank you all so much. That's really sweet of you. Thank you for all the support of both me and this event. I'm gonna very, very slowly start handing it over to my wonderful voice in the sky, Tempest, who will lead us on to that interview with Adam from Witch and Craft, where you can learn all about game design. So be sure to pay attention, take notes, and have a great time. I will see you all on the internet someday. If you wish to follow me, for whatever reason, you can find me on Twitter at LawmasterLorai or on Twitch at chaoticlawful_inc. If something happens there ever again, it will. Trust me, I'm not able to stay away from you guys for long. And I wish you all a wonderful rest of the event, and a wonderful evening, a wonderful Halloween, Samhain, whatever you celebrate today. And take it away, Tempest, for the wonderful interview.
Hello and welcome. I am Adam of Snyder's Return podcast, and it is an absolute pleasure to welcome to this interview for Roll for Good Halloween 2021 my guests today. My guests have anchored themselves in the hearts of the TTRPG family, fought tough fears and inner demons without ever letting their professional masks slip. Going from zero to draw us under their spell and machinations, my guests have ensured that cometh the 12, be that the hour, the day or the night, we will be enthralled, ensnared, and most certainly entertained by their products. It would be a horror for me not to warmly welcome Amelia, Victoria, and Shoko of Witch and Craft Games. Amelia, Victoria, and Shoko, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
It's a pleasure.
It's an absolute pleasure to get the chance to chat with the three of you. So before we move into your wonderful products and the games you produce, would you mind telling us how you got to know each other and how you got into TTRPGs, please?
Yeah. Should I get this one? Because
Sure.
so I think it was 2019. I knew Shoko and Victoria through TTRPGs already. We played a few games together. But it was 2019, and I was working on a game with some friends of mine here in Rome. And the game never really went anywhere because, there were some problems with it. But I got Sho and Rabbit here, Victoria, to do some playtesting for me. And once I had to tell them basically all of this playtesting was for nothing because we never got to make the game, I thought, maybe we should make the game instead. And we got together. I took some of the ideas that were left in that game that I could take away, and we got together to work on something new.
And what about Shoko and you yourselves, Victoria? How did you get into TTRPGs and into the group you are now?
I mean, the group itself would be. I've known Amelia for years prior to that. We've been friends, and how did we met through TTRPGs, originally
Yeah.
yelling about magic on the internet, and then
Classic.
as how. I mean, if we want to go into how we got into TTRPGs in general, that's a different story. But I'm gonna say, technically, seeing a copy of the 3rd edition Monster Manual in a store and getting it with no context of what it was, being very excited. But in actuality, it was me and some friends when I was like 10 taking a copy of Lord of the Rings Monopoly and making a TTRPG out of it when we didn't know what a TTRPG was.
I love it. Love it. And what about yourself, Victoria?
Yeah, I actually got really into TTRPGs through Shoko and Amelia. Like I had played D&D a little bit in high school, but it was just a lot of like messing around. I hadn't put any thought into like my character or like their backstory or anything. It was just, you know, we're just like doing stupid stuff and rolling dice and having a good time. But then Shoko had asked me to join a game of Vampire the Masquerade. And that was like the first time, you know, I had actually like put serious thought into it. And I had like pretty much no experience before that. So it was really interesting to like learn how everything worked, how like TTRPGs in general worked, like, you know, through them who had a lot more experience than I did. And yeah, so that's how I had met Amelia. Shoko and I used to work together, so that's how we knew each other. Yeah, and then I had helped Amelia play test her original game, and then she had asked me to if I wanted to write for 12 for what would be 12 Inner Demons, because I had I went to school for film. I had a background in screenwriting, so I guess she thought I was a good choice.
Stand by that choice. Also, if you want to talk about like how I got into TTRPGs, I'm gonna elbow onto the table because I did it when I was 7 years old through this. It's a game book. We had this at the library when I went when I was like a kid, specifically this one, and I remember it so vividly, and it was so weird because I had no context for it. Like a book about being part of an adventure, like stepping into a fantasy world that was so foreign, and I started going through all of them when I could find them, and then then moved on into actual tabletop.
All right. No, so with this sort of broad range of experience and skills coming from many different places, where did Witch and Craft really sort of, when did it found, when did it form, and what was it like sort of going through that process?
That was definitely like during 2009 this proper. I asked at the beginning. I asked Show because we were working on a comics book already. I used to be into like the comics book world, but then it really got like so serious, and I wanted some people that could actually help us with the job. And I asked Victoria because I trust Victoria, and I know that she had a background in writing, and we got like another friend of Show to help us with the rest. Fact is, Witch and Craft is such a small thing right now. It's just 4 people, the 3 of us, and Rowan, who isn't here right now because they're recording another thing. And Rowan also handles writing because they are quite gifted when it comes to creative writing. But I guess during the making of 12, there was definitely not just us learning how to make a game, but also us learning how to work as a group. Me more than the others, because I was definitely the one that was the least used to it, the least used to working with people. I was usually working alone before this. Learning experiences, as they say.
So, having formed this 4-person team that put out 12 inner demons, thematically and how it reads is fantastic. For someone that's not maybe gone on to say your website or Drive-Thru or Itch or something, what is 12 and how would you describe it? A bit of a sales pitch almost.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's the kind of the cheeky sales pitch we've used multiple times in the past, which is the idea that 12 is kind of if you took the general concepts of like Silent Hill and Persona and jammed them together. But in actuality, what I would call 12 is it's a kind of survival psychological horror game focused around a intentionally limited playtime. There is only so long each campaign of 12 has a maximum of 12 days that it can last. And in that time period, you have a countdown to either confront your fears and your innermost traumas, or be consumed by them. It's very much a game about dealing with your characters. It's dealing with your character's internal issues. It's dealing with your character's greatest problems, and with the intentional purpose that sometimes it's much easier to punch out of a 6-foot tall demon made of fire throwing around chains than it is to actually confront the root of your problems. And sometimes you have to do the other.
It's what I've seen, and I definitely intended on picking it up very shortly. But what you can see, the quick looks and the sort of the playtest and things, it's so beautifully illustrated.
Thank you.
So it draws the eye and sets the imagination on fire. You've really captured me with it, and it's something that I'm definitely going to pick up, and I definitely implore others to. But with it sort of being this mash, as you say, you mentioned it before, that sort of mash of those two influences and a few other things. How did that lead into the decision to use the 3D10 system that you guys have put onto this game system?
I would really love it if there was a better answer than I like D10s, but I don't think there is one. But specifically, but the 3 is more important than the D10s. I think in reality, the D10 has the right granularity. I am a big crunch head when it comes to games, and I think the D10 has the right granularity for us, is the right scale of things. D6 is too little, D20 we don't like, D100 is way too big. D10 is contained enough for what we need. The 3D10 aspect, and like up to 5D10, but always picking 3 results, is an attempt at consistency. Essentially, I have this obsession with games that everything should always come back to the same mechanic if it can. Everything should always come back to the same route, because it's just easier for players to pick and play. Essentially, if you start giving people different roles for different things, they'll get them confused. They'll have to look at their character sheet. We don't want that. We just want whatever you're gonna do, it's 3D10. That's easy. That's all there is to it. And anything you do goes back eventually to those 3D10. And your health maximum, your stress is 10. A demon's grip is 10. Everything is a maximum of 10, just like a D10. There you go.
It sort of really builds in and is detailed in the book itself about how the game should feel narrative and how it should flow and how it should build and that tension. And you mentioned that short window of the 12 sort of helping to build the tension in. What was it like to frame the game in such a way that you would have to not only face inner demons, but that's this external aggression? So what was it like to sort of build that mythology almost?
Well, I think a lot of it kind of came from. I remember the time scale idea came from us talking about the idea of kind of survival, of a pressure system, some kind of situation that would necessitate the players having to make more decisions in a limited environment. Because I mean that's kind of what makes horror, right? If you're comfortable, you're not going to get scared. And so making a time limit makes it easier to be less comfortable. As for the mythology, well, point that over to the writer.
Please do.
We had just kind of, well, I, at least while I was doing the writing, just like a really big part of horror is that so often it is on the personal scale rather than, you know, like sci-fi or fantasy where it's all about saving the world or like saving a big group of people. Like, no, this is like you, this is your problems. And even though like, you know, if you fail, like, you know, the rest of the world will never know what happened to you. Like, this is the most important thing to you. And that's an aspect of horror that's always been just really interesting to me. It's also kind of the like scariest and most unnerving sort of horror that I have always gravitated to, like horror that manifests from like people's like internal worlds, like their repressed emotions, their grief that they're not dealing with, or stuff like that. So that was just something I always had in mind when I was doing the writing.
There is always, you know, the most obvious level of reading here, which is also the right one, which is that in real life you kind of have to deal with your problems eventually before they deal with you. Doesn't matter how you do it, but in a way you have to. And that is kind of the metaphor for this whole game. And hence you have a time limit. It's the eventually your problems is going to deal with you time limit. Like you could see the whole being eaten by a demon as just being forced into confronting your problems when you're not ready, essentially.
So well written and so well presented that I just have to continue giving you plaudits. But going from the end of something, going from the facing your fears until the end and fighting through to going to the last of something, and the last masquerade, would you mind giving us a précis of that, please?
That is old show.
Yep. So the last masquerade was something that we kind of that I originally pitched out as, if I remember rightly, for drive-through RPGs like Halloween giveaway they were doing, where they'd hide games around the site and ask people to submit things. And so I took a game that I made for, like the skeleton of a game I made for a 24-hour RPG jam way back in the like years ago, like 2015, and pitched it like, hey, I have an idea of something we could do for this, some kind of like fun one-shot party game, very kind of I would describe it as a combination of Baron Munchausen meets the Mask of the Red Death movie with Vincent Price. But and we just threw that together into a fun, quick party game. But the idea of just, I don't know, I'm a big fan of horror in every genre and horror in every medium, including when horror is presented for comedy. And I really like the idea of like a fun game that is also horror, but fun. You're here to have fun with your friends and play what is basically like a ridiculous version of Clue, only this time with horror.
I have 3 words for you, Show. Count Goku or Leshu.
Yep, Count Goku or Lesku.
It sure happened.
From our last, the last time we streamed the last Masquerade, we had some very interesting characters put in.
Someone made a joke that all the counts have the same hairstyle. And someone mentioned the Saiyan hairstyle, and that just went places.
It sounds a lot of fun, and still within the, as you mentioned, the sort of the horror genre. Your new project up on Kickstarter, though, that's taken a 180, 360, zero degree turn. Well, tedious length there. Project Zero.
I will show you a better turn. I will show you more than 360 right now.
Well, please do.
So, Project Zero is something that I am very connected to personally, and we had to put it on hold for now. But yeah, so we went on a completely different setting, one that was more aggressive, more punk, more political, and that takes a lot of effort, a lot, like just facing those kind of things and writing about them in a considered fashion. Takes a lot of effort, and it's definitely something that we want to do, that I want to do. But in the meanwhile, we decided that in order to, because this is not an easy thing to, an easy job, an easy company model to take on if you don't make more games. So we decided to use the Last Masquerade framework to make more games. Allow me to introduce you to a little something that I call Vampire Catboy Maid Cafe.
All right.
That was about everyone's reaction when we heard about it.
I dreamed it at 3 a.m. when I was completely out of my mind, and now it's real, and you all have to suffer for it.
Well, hopefully we'll have to enjoy it. But so, with that being created, when are we able to get our grubby paws on that? Should we say?
Very soon. In fact, we're probably going to have someone play it on live next month. And the cool thing, it doesn't come alone. It comes with a second game on the back. It's like an EP.
Yep.
Like the idea was, it's like an EP. It's got an A side and a B side. A side, it's a Vampire Maid Cafe. B side, it's Drag Queen Fantasy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lighthearted double feature.
Yeah.
This time too, with some very fun mechanical ideas.
Sometimes you just gotta like break that mold, because horror is cool. Talking about your personal experiences in a serious fashion is cool. And punk is much of the same. Punk superheroes, it's much of the same. For Project Zero is a game that really tries to go to the art of serious matters. And while that is cool, that sometimes as a developer just leaves you drained of all of your enthusiasm. Just leaves you like a wreck that's pouring all of itself into a game, and you just need to out something that is fun and it's just light-hearted without renouncing at the very least that non-normative twist, essentially.
Yeah, I think The Last Masquerade was a really good kind of transition into like this new like more humorous side of the genre that we're exploring with these two new games we're working on. Like we still like all the horror supernatural elements. We still like demons and vampires and ghosts, but we just wanted to play more with like the more lighthearted side of it, I guess. So, which I think we're doing.
Sometimes when you meet a vampire on the side of the road, it's a terrifying horror story. Other times when you meet a vampire on the side of the road, they're really looking for a date.
And do you a flyer for a cafe?
Oh yeah. They could have any number of reasons as to why they're there, which is great to sort of play with the subversion of our horror. Maybe that's not. Yeah, we'll go with that. Again, I have to give plaudits for 12 Inner Demons. The way it looks, the way it reads, the way it plays. It looks fantastic. So I will be celebrating after this when I get my copy. But if someone's sort of seen your success, seen the fantastic work you've done, be it as the writer, the designers, or the game crunch side of things, and thought, I'm going to do that, I'm going to put something out there, what advice would you give to them on any of those sort of fronts or topics?
Luck. But really, jokes aside, there is a lot to say here. We actually had a big talk before this stream just about this. I feel like one of the first things you have to know is that you might have the best game idea, the greatest game idea, but right now it's so hard get it out there. It's so hard to like. We had a $7,000 objective. We made 9,000, which is fine. But you really need to try and talk to anyone. Just be brazen about it. Just go to anyone's emails, just send, and no one will answer you. Mind you, no one will answer you. You will get 2 answers for every 30 emails you send. Keep doing it. Just keep doing it. There is no other way out. Unless don't do this because you want to make money. Just do it because you have a passion for it. There is no way to make money if you don't have money. So don't think about it. That's not how capitalism works.
Mhm.
Also, working with other people, it's really hard. Like not for everyone. I get it. For me, very hard. So it's really good to come into this kind of work knowing what your role is, but also being able to take someone else's opinion as maybe this is better than my idea. It was something that I had to go through, and I wasn't ready for it, and it was a little hard, but I think I'm better for it now, and that's what matters. Respect your co-creators is what I'm trying to say.
Mhm. I definitely say on my end for the advice, play everything you can. Like, don't be afraid to take inspiration from everything and anything. Play things completely out of your wheelhouse and out of your comfort level, just to get an idea on if there's anything in there you can learn from. You know, if there's a game you don't like, feel free to not like it, but give it a read through. See if there's anything in there that you go, oh, I could do something with that. You're gonna find inspiration in the weirdest and wildest of places, and sometimes that ends up being what is the difference between a pretty okay game and a really, really good game.
Yeah, I would say just from like a writer's perspective, because that was almost entirely what I was doing. I was just doing the flavor writing, and I was also like, I edited the whole book basically. So I would say a really important thing for me, at least, was to keep all your internal like bookkeeping consistent. You know, keep everything updated. Like, get rid of outdated documents. You know, I have ADHD. Like, I need everything like where I think it's gonna be, and I get very confused if it's not there. You know, I had so many conversations with Shoko, just like checking, like, did we cut this, or like, did we want to put this in somewhere else, or like, so yeah, just keep everything updated and consistent, and also like make sure, you know, you and like everyone on the team is on the same page with it.
Also, don't cheapskate artists. If you commission someone, don't cheapskate them.
Yeah,
come on.
that too.
I think
that's just good advice for life.
Yeah. I think the most important thing, I mean, we didn't really have to, because I'm the artist for this book, so we didn't really have to commission, luckily. I think the most important thing, and this is something that I keep repeating, and something that I was taught in comic school years ago, and it was maybe the most important thing that someone ever told me in my life. So listen up. Don't talk about things you don't know. If you want to tell a story, you gotta tell a story about something you know. We made 12 because 12 was about something we knew. It was about facing trauma, and, you know, in a constructive way. And we had all gone through it. And we wanted to talk about it. And that's why it feels authentic. If you want to talk about something that you haven't gone through, it's never going to feel real. I'm sorry. Talk about the things you know. And if you don't know them, go know them, then come back.
Sort of sage and weighty advice, and things that we can only agree with, and definitely pay your artists as well. We're absolutely on that message as well. Shoko, you mentioned their influences, so we mentioned some about how you got into games and what brought 12 together and things like that, but what games influence each of you at the moment? Are you playing any that are different to the Dragons game, as many like to refer to it in the friendliest of terms? So where are your inspirations being drawn from at the moment?
Honestly, in terms of games we're playing lately, I've been taking a lot from the old Fantasy Flight to Warhammer 40,000 game Black Crusade, because I've been running a home game that Amelia's part of, as well as some other friends, and that's one of those old games that's definitely been up on the list. I definitely always pull a lot of inspiration from Blades in the Dark. I like my narrative heist movies, and it's very good at being a narrative heist movie. And I tend to grab a lot of inspiration too from a lot of weird little niche games. Like I remember grabbing stuff from an old an old miniatures game that got discontinued in like 2012 called Dreamscape.
This is the show experience.
Yeah, no, I'm here like everyone else has like, oh, we're playing game and these are my inspirations, and I'm over here just like, yes, I found this game in a used bookstore and I grabbed a copy of it, and it hasn't been in print for 30 years and it's not very good, but there's this one thing in it that I'm going to take and use in this
got
game.
a nasty curse attached to it.
I mean, you say that, but I'm pretty sure that copy of Kuro I have is absolutely cursed.
Oh, but it comes with a free Frogurt.
True.
Well, there you go. What about you, Victoria? Where were your inspirations drawn from? You know, you wrote and edited 12 Inner Demons and have mentioned liking the horror genre, but do your inspirations come from other genres, other places, particular works of literature or anything like that?
Yeah, so I admittedly don't have as big of a background in like TTRPGs in general as Shoko and Amelia do. So I drew more on like films and books, I would say. Although in terms of like TTRPG influences, definitely Vampire the Masquerade, because it's, you know, a system and like, you know, a lore system that I am most familiar with. So I was kind of drawing on that. And also throughout, Amelia was kind of mentioning like specific sources that she wanted the writing to kind of have the same feel as. Like a big one was American Gods, Neil Gaiman. So that was definitely something I looked at. Yeah, it admittedly though it was mostly like horror stuff I was looking at.
It's fair enough.
Yeah.
And yourself, Amelia?
So game wise, I think game books stuck with me so much. I think it's obvious in the way I GM that like there is this path and there are these like items kind of like scattered throughout it, and it's like walking through a long series of sections essentially. And I think that kind of way of making games has really stuck with me. A lot of what I do is somehow inspired by game books. Obviously, Lone Wolf series, like probably the most influential one, but I have other like other ones that I quite like. The Ninja one is like I think one of the greatest game book series ever. Like the fighting style is incredible. The way you fight through that book is just so smart. Game wise, tabletop games, big Fantasy Flight, 40k games, fun too, absolutely. VTM, yeah, sure, it's more important with me in an emotional sense than a mechanical sense. I have been so impressed lately by Necrobiotic. That's a game made by Penny for a Tale, by Mitchell of Penny for a Tale. I was so impressed. Hot damn, that game, so smart. That after that, I had to put playing cards in our games. Like I couldn't let it go. That was just like, oh god, yes, please, more. And that's why like the games that we're working on now are all using playing cards, because I was so impressed. That was so smart. I also think that we are looking at a really big moment for shorter games, like one-page games, one-session games, and that is definitely something that like I will look through a lot during just like my my random browsing throughout the day. Artistry wise, I kind of like move around depending on how I feel. Definitely a big part of my background when you look at my drawings is like Mike Mignola, Hellboy. That's like very obvious, and also like a certain kind of French grand public bande dessinée, like Olivier Vatin, Pierre Larry. Those are like the kind of artists that I always looked at a lot.
Okay. Well, thank you, each of you, for providing what inspires and has inspired you, be it on current, future, or past projects. I appreciate that. And we've covered the wonderful game, the wonderful horror game that is 12 Inner Demons. We've spoken about The Last Masquerade and touched on a few other things that are coming or on hold. What I'd like to do now is open it up to if there's something that we haven't discussed, a topic that's maybe flagged in your mind during the course of this conversation that you think now is a good time to mention. It could be community, it could be anything to do with TTRPG. If there's anything that you would like to mention now, please do.
I think something that did come to mind for me during this, when you mentioned community, is kind of the interesting idea of like how communities play games, how people, when you find a new game, how you play a new game, how your tabletop group or your friend group or your player base interacts with the game. And it's interesting to see. It just came to mind because I was thinking of back when we were doing the 12 Inner Demons Kickstarter. We brought the playtest to the online version of the UK Games Expo. And I ran a bunch of playtest games during it.
It was a gauntlet.
And it was really interesting to see the differences in how just people who had no experience with the game beyond that playtest interacted with it as opposed to people who didn't. For our long-standing playtest, we had like so many more horror elements, but also our own long-standing playtest was our players trying to break the game as hard as they could. It was very silly because they were trying to stress test the mechanics or the story or the GM, They're trying to stress test everything. They're players. That's how they do. But what came to mind is this idea of like, I don't think that any game, I guess, survives its impact to the public. What the game will become is something so different than what it starts as. And it's really interesting to see that. I'm really interested to see where our new games will go in that vein.
Definitely.
And jumping off of that, this whole experience has like really driven home for me, like the idea that pretty much all TTRPGs are literally what the players make of it. Like the subject matter itself, the world building, it can all be really, really lighthearted or really like, gloom and doom, but like no group is going to play it in exactly the same way, no matter like what the original subject matter is. And that's okay. Like you don't need to be comparing how you're playing your game to like how you see other people playing it.
I think, yeah. Okay, I'm going to be serious here for a second.
Okay.
Try people. It seems to me, at least in the like TTRPG community, a lot really go by brands when looking for more stuff to play, and I don't know if I love it, and I don't think I do, in the sense that like, not just because something as the brand that you like slapped on it, it's a good use of your time. I feel like we live in a moment in which there is so much to play. There are so many games coming out of literally all shapes, forms, and sizes, and it really makes me somewhat tired to see like people always play the same three things and be interested in the like, oh, what game are we going to be excited for? The one that's got a large brand and a big corporate backing behind it. It's tiresome. It's so tiresome. I want to see more people interested in. I would like to see more people interested in indie games, not just because I make them, but because that's how new ideas circulate. Otherwise, we are going to play act number 574 of Powered by the Apocalypse, which is not a smack talk to Power to the Apocalypse. It's just like, or like setting number 6,000 of the Dragon's game forever. And come on, we can do something else with our Saturdays. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, there are, as you say, and I'm totally on board. There are so many fantastic indie games, indie game creators, yourselves included in that, obviously, that could really use that platform
Absolutely.
to show the world how good their products are, and it is at times a shame that these games don't get the support.
Yeah, and like inside the community, it's so wholesome because there is no competition like between indie game companies. There is almost no competition. It's so everyone is just trying to help each other, and that's just so wholesome, and it's such a great model, I think, for like how to handle companies. I think it's just like we've made so many friends in like other people, other like indie game people, like like Arium. They made what's the name of the Adapticarus? Yeah, they made Arium. That's like an incredible game building and storytelling device. There is couple of bug games that have been so nice to us. Obviously, Benifor, they literally dragged us through our Kickstarter. But like
Our Kickstarter
literally
goal.
everyone is so friendly and so eager to see new things, see other games. No one is going to try and put their feet on your head just to get upwards, and it's so refreshing. So great.
Absolutely. So we've gone from the horror, should we say, that is 12 Inner Demons. It's not a horrible game, it's a fantastic game, but starting with the genre of horror and ending with the wholesomeness that is within the community. Would you like to remind everybody where they can find yourselves and your products, please?
You can find a general list of all of our links over at witchingcraftgames.com. But in specific, we're at Twitter at witchingcraft. We are at DriveThruRPG and itch.io at Witchingcraft Games. And we have a Twitch that we probably will be using a bit more in the future. That is at twitch.tv/WitchingcraftGames. We tend to play our games on there. We tend to play little fun campaigns on there. Other than that, and you can find Amelia at @_anemone art on Twitter. That's usually where you'll find a lot of our art ahead of time.
I post my art and see a lot of silly things, mostly had to do with vampires. Figure that out.
As you do. You can find Victoria over at Sophie Zuri. Is it with 2 eyes?
No, it's a different one now. Sorry.
It's a different one. Of course.
Yeah, just to like keep it more consistent with where I am elsewhere. So it's rabbit_heart X, because it's a very popular handle apparently. Yeah. I mostly just retweet stuff we're doing as a team, and like artwork I think is neat. That's pretty much it. But be cool to give me a follow.
Yeah, and then I'm over at Showtime, which is XHO time, at Twitter, where you'll see me again retweeting all the stuff that we do because and then occasionally posting like a relatively badly painted Warhammer mini. That's about it.
Fair enough. Well, thank each and every one of you for joining me tonight. Amelia, do you have something further?
Yeah, I think there is also. I would like to shout out Rowan since they're not here.
Also shout out Rowan.
May _ on Twitter. They have great looks. They ride extremely well. They stream with Chasing Tails. I don't really know what else to say. Great person. Please show them off.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
They jumped on that talent like a hawk. Really.
Well,
ooh, talent.
Ooh, indeed. No arguments from this side. So it has been an absolute pleasure to get the chance to chat with you about Witch and Craft. Thank you, Amelia, Shoko, and Victoria. Thank you, Roll for Good. It has been an honor to host this interview on your behalf and all the fantastic work you're doing. So thank you, one, and thank you all.